La, 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 la. Smokey! 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 Smokey, what the hell you doing back here?
Hey, nothing, man. Hey, I'm fixing something. Hey, just stay over there.
But I thought you wanted me to wash your car.
What's the word? What's the word? What's up with my boy John, man? What's up with everybody who up in the building, man? We finna get up into it, bro. What's the word with it? What's the word? Hold on. Yeah, we finna get into it, bro. Yeah, we finna get into it. We finna get up on this. I took it back some, bro. Appreciate that, John, for them 2 gifts you gave me, guys. Shout out to my boy John. He coming out early. He ain't playing no games with it, nigga. Like Future and Rick Ross song. Don't play no games with it. Doom, 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 doom. Hey, shout out to my boy, man. Hey, we finna get into it though, bro. We finna get up into this P Diddy situation, gang. Finna get into this Big Gene clip, bro. I got some big Gene footage I want to play. I'm gonna play the what he talking about, the Greg Kading situation. And then we're gonna go into the last big night. What's up with the problem child gang? What's the word with it, bro? What's the word? Hey, my co-host told me to tell y'all, bro, that you know what I'm saying, he appreciate everybody that who rock with him, all the new people and shit. But I guess Brian been feeling good. You know, his health started back messing with him. So you know what I'm saying, if I see him come up in the chat tonight, I ask him then, like, bro, you want to come up? You know what I'm saying? If he feeling good, I know he'll tap in. But yeah, bro, health, I ain't, you know, his health messing with him real bad. So that's why he couldn't, you know what I'm saying, be up yesterday evening or probably tonight. But if he pop in the chat, I ask him, you know what I'm saying? But hell yeah, we finna get into it, bro. We finna get up into it. Appreciate everybody who rock with me, bro. This ain't gonna be no long night tonight because you know I gotta take my son to his appointment, so they're gonna be like a 2-hour, 30-minute live. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get into this Big Gene and this P Diddy shit, bro. And this Biggie shit, because you know a lot of people don't understand. They never found out what happened to Biggie, bro. They just finna get the Tupac. Now they got assumptions on Biggie, but they never really found out what happened to Big. You know what I'm saying? But we got my boy Big Gene here. He for to talk about it was a spooky night with P Diddy. And then after he talked for like, I think it's gonna be like 15 minutes. It's gonna be like 15 minutes. It's not gonna be this whole video because he's gonna go to talking about some more stuff. But it's gonna be 15 minutes. He's gonna be talking up in here. And then I'm gonna go back to the last big night. You know what I'm saying? It's related to the same thing and what he talking about right here, what he's saying that this whole situation was flouted. Big was set up, Diddy set him up, and a few others. We finna get into it, man. Hey, Problem Child, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, Big Gene been around a long time. Yeah, I know. I rock with Big Gene content, gang. I appreciate you, bro, for rocking with the content tonight, bro. That's how I do some nights when I see the algorithm, how it is. Like, ain't nothing but Dewberry and Charleston White. May get some weight 100, but really ain't nobody talking about nothing. I take it back in time. Like, man, let's talk about Pop. Let's talk about Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Pimp C. That's the right. I've been looking for the right footage to run on what really happened to Pimp C, but I can't find it. I can't find none that's worth running, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's valid. So that's why I ain't ran the Pimp C yet. But we gonna get into it, bro. I appreciate everybody who up in the building. Let's get to it, man. Hold on, I gotta add my little shit up on it. My little throw off. That's how I be getting by on their ass. Appreciate everybody, bro. Appreciate everybody. We finna get into it.
On these guys and everything, and I'm telling them, yo, somebody coming to kill us tonight. because I had two gangsters tell me
What's up with
that
it,
somebody come kill us
What's up with
tonight.
it, love?
I had one dude who was hanging with Jodeci. Y'all shouldn't go to that party. You understand? I'm telling everybody.
What up with it, Kayla, love? What's up with everybody up in the building? Hey, I hope everything good with your situation, because I know you said you had some family matters, like some real stuff you had to take care of. So I hope everything going good. But hey, on that note that you said, problem child gang, that right there, I ain't gonna cap, bro. Man, word around the campfire, Pimp C had her before Jay-Z. If I'm not mistaken, that he knew bro was, Jay-Z knew what it was. That's what they saying. They saying like Pimp had her at first, but then they were trying to say like, oh, well, what age she was when Pimp had her, because they went to playing with the ages and stuff. So there's some stuff going on behind that too. But I heard that they did that to Pimp C because he went to talking about Atlanta gang. Real talk. Like they said he did something like when he first started exposing Atlanta being the new, G capital, for real. Yeah, for real. I salute that problem child gang, but hell yeah, man, like he was talking. Yeah, they saying this one of the issues why they had to get him up out of here. And then there was another one where they brought up what you said, but I ain't found the valid clip to run. So though I like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna keep trying to see if I can just find something that's worth it and reasonable. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get into it. Shout out to everybody who up in the building, man. YouTube been trying to do me good, work us back in the algorithm. So I'm finna get back to it, bro. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with it and who in the building. Yeah, shout out to all y'all, gang.
And everybody's like,
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Nonchalant. And the cats was like that. They wouldn't fight their way out of wet paper bag. The main dudes who acting like that, like they nonchalant, don't care, if they not hearing me, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't fucking, they would not bust a grape in a wine factory.
Hey, I swear to God, that's the crazy thing about it, Black King, bro. See, I got one video, bro, that I found where they talking about that. What I got on the screen, I found one video where it sounded like a good video, but it ain't even that long, bro, where dude was explaining and everything. And he was like you said, when they found Pimp C, he was praying and blood was everywhere. Cause it supposed to be sleep amnesia, sleep ammonia, some shit like that they were saying, but I'm gonna do my digging because I know what the content is, but they took dude channel off YouTube. His name was Yawashai. He was the dude that was exposing all about the Illuminati, the basketball players, all them people, but they took his channel off YouTube, so it's gonna be hard for me to find the videos, man. But we finna get up into it for real.
And at the time, Lil C's wasn't built on heat. Yo, Gene, go ahead on with that cop stuff. So everything that night was spooky. Real spooky.
Yeah.
That's why your boy
they said
kept
that.
Nene right in his hand. But listen, that's no here nor there, man. He was one of the greatest rappers of all time, man. And even though, Puff was my principal, I was out there and I was right there, and I wish I could have did everything, to save Big's life. That's why, I wanted to ride on the side of the car, and I'm fighting this dude for riding on. You ain't never fought me before on nothing. Why you fighting me? Spooky. Why you fighting me? Because I said I want to ride on the side of the car.
Hey, I be on all that shit too, gang. I ain't ran it yet because I'm trying to talk about what's in the algorithm. But yeah, I be up on all this shit, gang. Like if they ain't trip about what type of stuff we can talk about up here, I won't be just be running hip hop. I be running everything because I be watching everything. But yeah, man, you probably be on the same type of time, gang. I be up on a whole lot of shit. Whole lot of shit. Like I said, they took the nigga Yawa Shot page off of YouTube, so he was the dude who really was talking about the Illuminati shit, bro. And he was being truthful with it, one holding back or none of it. But they took his channel. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's this video about Dave Chappelle cousin. That's in the AI voice, but he got his voice disguised. He supposedly came out and said what happened to Bernie Mac, what they really did to Dave Chappelle. A lot of people think that shit false. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He got cloned. See, me and you on the same thing, problem child. So that's you know exactly the video I'm talking about there. You know the video I'm talking about because his cousin came out and said about it. Yeah, that what his cousin said. His cousin said Bernie Mac was running his mouth about clone machines. Because, you know, when you go high up in the industry world, you get to seeing different things and different people and really how stuff goes down because you part of that $10 million club, allegedly. They say Bernie Mac couldn't keep his mouth closed about human cloning. They down there cloning humans. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and Cedric the Entertainer went back and told the Illuminati people that Bernie Mac down here running his mouth and won't stop talking about it. It was during the time that the Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson, they did that last movie, what it is, Soul Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. That last movie, Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac did. And he was around that scene then telling people what was going on. And they got Bernie Mac up out of here, bro. Real talk. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff we gonna get to, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Let's get to it.
For a couple of blocks. Like, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the car.
Fact.
No, you ain't. Yo, dog, don't tell me how to do my job. I'm riding on the car. Yo, if you don't get in, you'll never work with Bad Boy again and everything like that. Yeah. Well, listen, this is where I want to switch it over to the part where Kading wasn't there and how Kading got to be in this whole investigation thing.
You talking about Greg
Because
Kading.
Everybody's trying to say that.
You talking about Greg Kading, the dude that got Keefer D ass up in jail. Yeah, Greg Kading. The same dude that you can say that got Keefer D in jail because he got the statement from Keefer D. But he wasn't gonna get charged for it. But when Keefer D went to going on these platforms, running his mouth, that's what got Keefer D jammed up. Cause he only was free to talk for that day. He wasn't free to talk for the rest of his life and make movies and books on this shit. And that's what got Keefer D jammed up, Greg Kading. Cause they were recording the man. I'm let Big Jane get to it.
Me being an eyewitness to what I was an eyewitness to, that me being an eyewitness is not credible evidence. I take that and I let them run with that. But we all know in a court of law, the eyewitness is more credible than anybody.
No fact.
Sometimes the eyewitness is better than the DNA. So my whole thing about it is we know that the cops who was working on that case 10 years before Greg.
What's up with it, Nisi? What's up with it, Nisi? I'm gonna be real. That didn't happen. You know, it was not Orlando. It was not Orlando. It wasn't Orlando. What's his name? Orlando Brown, Orlando Anderson. It wasn't him. It was the other dude. He the one did it to Pop. Now I got the video. I think I remember what his video with, but that's who did it, Nisa. Reggie behind Biggie. I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody got. Hey, we just gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see what's going on because I done heard that Reggie had something to do with Tupac stuff, but I know for sure with this Biggie thing, it gotta be what's up with Charles? It gotta be either Puffy or the Nation of Islam, who was on the corner in that car. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate your opinions and what this, because this new to me. I never heard that Reggie had something to do with what's up with the Mama Williams. Now you might be right, niece. I ain't saying you wrong. I was just saying like, damn, I ain't never heard of this. So we for the see, because I'm a play the part of the last big night, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you can hear him telling the story, but he right now telling how Greg Kading and them were acting shady. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Then we're gonna get to the last part of the Big Gene night, bro.
Kading guy was crooked. They were illegally
What's up with Mama Williams?
people.
What's up
they
with
was
it?
hiding
What's up with
evidence.
Charles?
They didn't want it to fall back as if anybody in the LAPD had anything to do with Pac murder, had anything to do with Biggs murder.
What's up with it, la man?
They didn't want any of that stuff to go. But as time goes on, we find out different things and it blows up. Peep game.
Learning online should feel relevant. At the University of Cincinnati, our instructor.
Hey, we're gonna get up on Charles the White now tomorrow, gang. I see what them niggas doing. Them niggas is trying to flood the algorithm with Charleston White and Dewberry. And I said, oh, y'all think y'all gonna get me tonight? Cause I was gonna do it. I said, nah, I'm gonna finesse they ass one time. I'm finna hit them with the Biggie Smalls and Big Gene shit, nigga. Yeah. I ain't messing with y'all tonight, bro. I'm gonna talk about y'all tomorrow, bro. But tonight, nah, cause I see what's going on, gang. I see what's going on, bro. It's like every day you want to see. Hell no, I don't want to see no dead body. Hey, for real. But man, I'm telling you, bro, that whole situation with them two, watch how I break it down, gang. I got something for them. That's why I switched it up tonight. I got something for them, bro, because I see what's going on. But keep doing what you're doing, Dewberry, because you're supposed to be doing it. But Charleston White, I see what's going on, Charles. I see what's going on.
Reggie Wright.
Listen to what he's going to say.
In this drug conspiracy.
Listen to what he finna say about Reggie Wright. Y'all remember I was telling y'all about this last night. I said Reggie Wright and his daddy. Now, it wasn't last night. It was night before last, because I ain't get on live last night. But it was night before last when Designer by Folk was up here. When we talking about WAC 100. You remember I told y'all, I said Reggie White and his daddy was selling dope, PCP, they was doing it with some Memphis dudes, bro. It was some type of connection they had through Memphis, gang, and they got jammed up, and Reggie snitched on everybody, and he took the fall for it, so they won't lock his dad up. I swear to God. Swear to God, bro. So you finna hear him explain all this, like, damn, Reggie was caught doing this. Like, yeah, that nigga was caught, nigga selling PCP, weed, all this shit with some Crips.
Conspiracy thing. And they said the feds allegedly, his father was involved in it too. I think.
What's up with the lad red? What's up with the lad?
I'm standing to be corrected. His father was a part of that whole federal investigation along with Reggie too, because it had to do with him putting money or transferring money in his father's name account or whatever thing, whatever conspiracy part of it. His father could have went to jail too with it. But I think Reggie took the blunt of it. And like any of us would do, we won't. If our parents had anything to do with it, but it was our initiation, we wouldn't allow them to go to jail.
Them facts.
And we would take that.
Them facts. I would have did the same thing, Reggie. I don't blame you for that, Reggie.
I knew Reggie family has, because somebody told me his wife had relatives that was a part of the Great Street Crips or whatever like that.
Listen.
Somebody told me that way before, or they told me that Reggie was a Crip, or he had family members that was part of the Crips that was big in the Crips.
All right, now you remember last night when I had my co-host up here, Problem Child, and we were talking about Reggie Wright, and he was like, "Nah, Reggie a blood," and I said, "Nah, bro, he a Crip." That nigga whole family tied with the Crips. That's where I got the info from, Big Gene, cause you know Big Gene used to work in law enforcement. So that's why I like, nah, that nigga Reggie, he fuck with the Grape Street Crips out in Memphis. From Cali to Memphis. Them niggas got caught with PCP, nigga weed, and I think some more shit, but Gene for the tell it. For real. That's why I say this shit get Mob James is a blood. Yeah, Mob James blood. Yeah, I know Mob James blood, but we were talking about Reggie White, and I was telling bro, I was like, nah, that nigga there, family is straight Crip. Like, he was associated with the Crips. He was just getting money with the Bloods, like how Suge Knight had Snoop. Yeah, shit crazy, gang. We finna get to it. And my boy said, what? Yeah, you hear Big Gene telling you? That nigga family was tied in with Crips, gang. That nigga, all right, let me let y'all hear. We finna get to it, though. Because I want to let y'all hear this last part of the Biggie night.
Where it gets sticky at. I knew Reggie family has, because somebody told me his wife had relatives that was a part of the Great Street Crips or whatever like that. Somebody told me that way before, or they told me that Reggie was a Crip, or he had family members that was part of the Crips that was big in the Crips.
All right.
And I knew that before I even started having a conversation with him. You understand? So everybody tell me, yo, Reggie this, Reggie that. Reggie's a man just like I'm a man, and you know, I'm going to just.
Answer your phone, Big Gene.
I'm on right now. I can't talk. What's wrong? Will be one of my moderators. They calling me. Doing showtime. All right. So I had already, you know, I'm going to talk, and we miles away. Ain't nothing hurting us to talk to the phone because I know what I saw. I know what I know, and ain't nobody going to change me. I told Reggie, I said, yo, Reggie, there was 2 guns in that car. And he said, yo, and Rel from 313 in Detroit, who had that show, shout out to Rel out there in Detroit. Shout out to my man KK in Detroit. Rel told me, and he was on the line with us because he made the contact. He said that, Gene, how you know it was 2 guns?
I appreciate you, Charles.
First of all, you got to know.
Appreciate that, Charles, bro. See, I do this certain nights, gang. When nights, I ain't talking about Charleston White and what the algorithm wants you to talk about. I run some shit like this, bro. Like Lala, Tina, Black King. Who all was here during that time? We had a couple people in before then, before y'all came on. They'll tell you, nigga, we done talked about Aaliyah. We done talked about Tupac. I think we talked about Whitney Houston. Shit. The list, man, we done talked about a lot of like mystery stuff like this. This really what the type of content I like to run, gang. You know what I'm saying? Because I be knowing where to find it. Either I'm going to Big Gene channel, I'm going to Carcino for Life. Carcino for Life, he got some real good channels, bro. I wonder why he didn't say that famous picture that they showed of Tupac and Suge in the car. I got another video where he talking about that. But hey, this shit for to get real, bro. I appreciate everybody for rocking out with me, gang.
Behavior and atmosphere. Pac said before, I ain't never going nowhere. I can't put my hand on a gun. And
he talking about
King,
the Tupac
knowing
situation.
Pac attitude, knowing Pac with the situation he had that night, do you think Pac had a gun?
Yeah.
Pac had a gun.
He talking about the Tupac situation.
Sugar.
He basically saying that Reggie Wright knew that them niggas took that gun out that car. See, Pac had 2 guns in that car that him and Suge was up in. Them niggas took that gun out that car. That's what Big Gene talking about. Like, yeah, Reggie, you snake. Like, you snake for that. Y'all took them guns out that car. Or did Suge tell y'all to take them guns out that car? Because it was 2 guns up in Tupac car. The car that they hopped up in, heading on the freeway. It was 2 scraps up in there. Somebody took them out. That's what he's saying, Reggie Wright. Because, you know, Reggie Wright was head of security. All right. But who can tell the head of security what to do? Suge Knight. All right.
In his, you know, he played ball down there. So he might think, you know, he got a little pull. A.W. Brown, Angie from Philly. So he might grab a gun too.
Get a GoDaddy domain for just
$4.99. Hold on.
Spotlight your business with a name.
That weak ass shit popped up fast. I'm like, what the hell, Big Gene talking about GoDaddy? What the hell? That shit threw me out rolling my blunt trying to get right, man. What going on?
That's what people do sometimes. Damian Simmons, Pete. So now, check this out. It was this whole big drug bust down in Memphis, Tennessee. My brother had a lot of people down that way. And I remember the time. But I didn't know the PCP and the marijuana and the coke was going through Reggie and them. So Reggie and them had a big federal case. So Greg Kading tried to act like on the murder rap, oh, we caught Reggie, and then he started flipping when the feds had already had him in the case in the whole 9 yards. But I guess to save his father from any prosecution, he said he was going to help them. Now, if you look at murder rap as a producer or something like that, Reggie get credits for that.
Cause that's his
he
show.
Was on trial or he was waiting for sentencing, and they hired him as a producer for murder rap. Don't you see that's a little weird? He get caught in a drug conspiracy case. Then Greg Kading said he caught him in a case. You understand? In California. When we know it was a federal case and it was coming from Memphis. But anyway, he said he catch him in the case and everything like that. So Reg is a cooperative witness to save his father.
Facts.
Which is understandable, and it can be deemed noble. Except to the people who say, yo, he snitched. Y'all kill me with that, man. But it is what it is. So now Reggie gets to give Kading the information.
I got the video on that, Charles.
Keefe D. They said Orlando Anderson, allegedly killed Pac in the whole 9 yards. That's what they were saying.
It was his cousin.
But Keefe D wasn't planted in the car. Dre wasn't planted in the car. The other guy wasn't. How did he know?
That's who they said who did it to Tupac. They said the dude Dre. Damn, I can't think of what video there was we were watching. Cause all of us were watching this shit. And the nigga was saying, I don't know if it was Keefy D or Big G, but one of them was saying when they pulled up on Pop, Keefy already knew who was gonna do the shooting. It wasn't gonna be Orlando. It was gonna be the nigga beside Orlando, because Orlando was sitting behind Keefy D. The dude that was sitting behind the driver, that's who did the Pop. And I think that's the Dre dude, if I'm not mistaken. They said he was the one that pulled the trigger. But we finna get into it. And Keefy D told that whole story, and he got it in his book, The Murder Rap. I mean, it's some book he got out, bro.
Because like I said before, they were talking to Suge. They was talking, yo, Suge, what up, man? Want to holler at you, man, about my little cousin and everything. Then Pac and him get into it and stuff like that. Pac know where the guns is at, because Suge told him. They in here in the car in the drop box.
Y'all listen to what Big Gene telling y'all, gang. Big Gene said, and this another story that I heard. I heard this from Frank Alexander. This is Tupac's security guard. Tupac's security guard saying the same thing Big Gene said. Big Gene said before Pac and them got into it with Orlando Anderson and Brian, whatever the fuck his name is, he said that him and Suge talked to these niggas, trying to see what's going on. And allegedly, that nigga was paid to be right there. That's what Frank Alexander said, bro. Who is Frank Alexander? That's Tupac security guard who lost his life because he was up here talking too much about Suge and Reggie Wright and how they had ran the security that night that Pac lost his life. He say Suge Knight and Reggie Wright made the call that Pac and them don't need no guns, knowing that they got into it with Orlando Brown earlier at the mall about the chain. Frank Alexander said Suge and Pop met with the niggas, they chopped it up, and allegedly he was paid to be at this spot. I'm not lying to y'all, bro. All you gotta do is look up Frank Alexander. That's Tupac security guard. They knocked him off because he was running his mouth too much, bro, about Reggie Wright and Suge Knight, gang. On God. But he said that Suge paid Orlando Anderson that money to be right there so it could be a publicity stunt. But they ain't like the fact how Suge and them did him. They say Suge and them ain't supposed to been did him like that. It was just supposed to have been a quick 1, 2, 3, stomp out real fast, over with. Man, all right, bro. Let's get to it, gang. Hey, let's get to it.
All you got to do is push this button, do this and do that, and it's going to pop out and the guns are right there. Reggie even said that they were scared to go pick up the car, because they knew the guns was in there. But the police didn't know that the car had a drop box. All right? So now, Reggie tell Kading everything Kading wants to hear, because he don't know his ass from his elbows. He wasn't not part of the case 10 years ago. He got information from crooked cops, or he got partial information. He even went on a lam, which they didn't tell him, that I had a lawyer with me. The day when the police had me in the hotel, I brought a lawyer with me. And she was a high-profile lawyer. She was one of the governor's lawyer of New York. I ain't gonna tell you which governor, but she was one of the governor's lawyers from New York. And she kept notes. And she said, you don't have to answer that, or you can answer that, or this, that, and the third. And when the tape clicked off, when they had hid it under the cover,
what's
they
up with
looked
the
at each other like
DJ?
this.
What's up with the guy?
Like, y'all
What's the
taping me,
word
man?
with it?
I mean, and y'all taping me without my permission? That's against the law in New York.
Crooked.
But it seems like California police are always breaking the law somewhere. I ain't saying New York no better.
They crooked, gang. I knew an ad was coming right there. I knew YouTube was gonna place it right there. I felt it in my bones that they was about to do this. But we finna get into it. It's like a couple more minutes. I think it's really about to be done.
Hollywood, what's going on? Love, three, and loyalty.
And we're gonna get to this
Salute
other
to
clip,
you.
man. Appreciate everybody who up in the building. I hope
So
y'all
now,
hit that like button.
Reggie
Let's get
gives
to
him
it.
the scenario. Nobody knew Dre was in the car. Nobody went back and saying that. That wasn't part of the investigation when they first come out. Nobody said the other guy who was driving. They didn't get that. They said, "Oh,
Hey, and my title. What the hell? That probably my kids don't talk when they sleep in that room up in that door. Like, what the fuck? But my title, what it is Big Gene telling the truth, or do y'all think it's cap? Because you know a lot of people think that Big Gene was lying about something, and a lot of people think that Big Gene could be involved with a lot of stuff because he talked about a whole lot of stuff about Diddy, and they were like, "Damn, well, why you ain't get charged for none of it?" Because he was around when he was doing these things with these little girls in Turkish. But we finna get into it.
Anderson. They didn't even say Keefe D. But when Reg got pinched, he became a cooperative witness in both of the cases as far as Kading was concerned. He gonna only give you what he want to give you. You're gonna believe him because his scenario will help you close the case against the LAPD. Because if they ever wanted to solve Big's case, you and nobody can't tell me that they had black folks, African Americans, come up in that museum and they ain't have every last one of those surveillance cameras working. They knew who was coming. They knew who they were servicing.
That's why he said the FBI did it. I already know what part he up at. He talking about the cameras that supposed to been at the museum the night Big passed away, which he being real. Think about it. They got that footage, bro. They know who did it, who got in the car, and who did what. So why they ain't got the on the live and the person who did that to BIG yet? It was set up, guy. The feds. Allegedly, Big Gene saying the feds know who did it. The feds know who's involved. They know the Nation of Islam dude was the dude who was in that car that was parked at the end of the parking lot. See, Big never made it out the museum parking lot because The dude who was in their car at the end of the parking lot, that's who did that, the big. And he drove off, going up the hill. I'm gonna let y'all hit it from Big Jane. He gonna tell that story. That's the last clip I'm gonna let y'all hear.
And they knew they was around cars cost millions of dollars. So you can't tell me they have all those cameras working.
Facts.
That's why they don't want y'all to know, or they want y'all to believe that it was a drive-by. The car was driving down the street, and then Big them stopped at the light. The guy stopped, pop, 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 and went right there. They don't want you to know that car was planted right there. Because that surveillance tape will show you the people who was going to that car, coming back from that car.
All right, Jane.
Going to that car, coming back.
All right, Jane. See, that's the video I'm finna let y'all hear. I'm trying to see how much more he gonna say some key things, and then I'm gonna go to the last Big night. Because he gonna tell the whole story, how him and Big got into it, how Big told him he gonna make Lil C's and Tone hold him down. I mean, he gonna make somebody and Tone hold him down while Lil C's basically shit on Big Gene while they hold Big Gene down. Cause Big Gene was trying to tell him about the last Big night shit. Like, and they were telling Gene, man, go on with all that cop shit, go on with all that police shit. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Back to that car. They never showed any of the surveillance.
They showed, didn't y'all?
Around that museum on the side that we was on.
They only showed somebody filming the truck when they was leaving. Like,
now,
oh, they got
and this
shot.
part two, and some of y'all just coming on to this, is that, and I said, while we was driving to the hospital, which the hospital was 2 blocks away, but we went to a hospital that was 30 minutes away, the lady said to Puff, if you want your friend to live,
y'all listening?
Stop the car where you at.
Y'all listening?
And the ambulance will be there. While we was driving.
I want y'all to listen to what Big Gene just said, bro. He said, he letting y'all know, bro, that these niggas sight Big up. It was meant for Big to die, bro. He said on their way to the hospital, when they trying to find the hospital, he said the ambulance, the people on the phone told him, if you want your friend to live, stop the vehicle and we will come where you at. Puff said, nah, we can't do that. So they kept going. They could have saved Biggie. Biggie could have still been alive. I'm gonna let y'all hear him tell it, bro.
To the hospital, which too, and some of y'all just coming on to this, is that, and I said, while we was driving to the hospital, which the hospital was 2 blocks away, but we went to a hospital that was 30 minutes away, the lady said to Puff, if you want your friend to live, stop the car where you at, and the ambulance will be there. He said, we can't do that. We in the car behind them like, where the F are they going? Now, all that transpired, what I talked about that in the first part of this. Now,
come on, bro.
Kading got his information from Pac and all that stuff, and Keefy D and them from Reggie. He got his information about Buntree and all that other stuff from Reggie.
Live from your state, it's Lemonade Renters Insurance, featuring claim.
That shit be popping up so fast, bro. Damn. Why that shit be popping up so fast on me, cuz? Don't do me like that, boy. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go turn some stuff off. I just peeped something.
Because now, if you ask that girl and you get her on
tape, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna get
say
deep.
all the stuff he said in that letter and all this other stuff like that. Why is everybody, even Keefy D, changing what they told Kading? Katie wasn't around. I had to let y'all know he has to get the LAPD off the hook. Extreme Writer, salute for that super chat. Thank you. That's his whole purpose. Is to get the LAPD off. Because there's no way that you don't question all the witnesses. Spooky. And you're a lead investigator. And then you start telling lies on the witnesses. Little Steve was so drunk and high out of his mind, he don't know what he saw. They were scared and ran. Was you there?
Oh, man, I sure was.
I don't think we had no white boys in our car. I don't think they had no white boys in their car. Nah, they ain't had none.
Straight, man.
Wasn't even there. But he has evidence. If somebody is going to make up letters, lie like the witnesses, you ain't going to believe nothing they say in court. Because they're going to bring up all the stuff that you've done. Let's see where we at. Assassin BX.
I think, yep, that's like that part right there. So we finna get into it. Cause that's like when he gonna start talking to the people about all this other stuff, but we finna get into it now.
This year wasn't the first time I started.
Okay.
First and foremost, at the week after Big got murdered, I spoke with Lisa Everett of Street Soldiers back in '97 and we met at a restaurant over by the Beacon Theater, and I was telling her about the incident.
That was Diddy way in, DJ. You hit it right on the head, DJ. That was Diddy way in. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what they call the Illuminati shit. Before the Illuminati, they was called the 10 million, the 20 million, the $20 million club, or the $10 million club. See, once you get with them, make that sacrifice, do what you do, they give you this black card, bro. Off the meat rack, got 20 M's up on it. Like I said, the dude y'all shot, he was up here talking about all this stuff, but they took his channel, guy. But yeah, that's the $20 million club. That's why he got so unstoppable. He did what they needed him to do. Because this something that Puff wanted. Puff said he got tired of living like that. He couldn't live right with Big. It was too much going on. He don't care if Big got to go to jail. I mean, he said he don't care if Big got to die, if Pop and Suge Knight got to go to jail. But I ain't for to keep living my life like this. Something got to change. Now, in order for him to say that, he had to been heard that from who? Either Clyde Davis, Jimmy Iovine, Andre Laurel, somebody in that nature, the higher up people. It was already in motion to work. Real talk. It was already in motion to work, gang. Swear to God.
What happened out there at California, but it never made the news. I also talked to Conrad Muhammad, who was over the Nation of Islam, the FOIs out here in New York City, based on the fact of the killer, how he was dressed, and the incident that we had with some guys out there from the Nation of Islam. I was on MTV the first time they aired something about the Notorious Big. I was on VH1.
Now they saying the Nation of Islam. Now that will make me think like, damn. One Tupac like cool with the Nation of Islam. But for some odd reason, the Nation of Islam, they really had some type of issue with Puff, bro. See, I'm just letting y'all hear part 3. This is part 3. Man, if I take this bitch back to part 1, all the way to part 3, you'll be like, damn, what the hell? Like, why the Nation? It's gonna be, I think it's in this part. Let's get to it. It's in this part, bro. But the Nation of Islam, when Pac passed away, bro, the Nation of Islam was trying to do something to Puff, bro. She ain't gonna tell it.
Famous crime scenes. Also did Biggie Tupac. And each one of those individuals and each one of those companies, I stayed 3 to 5 hours shooting with them, telling the story. But you only got bits and pieces of it. In 2004, a full documentary was done by Ricardo McKendricks Jr.
He with that shit.
Or allegedly a part of the Junior Black Mafia in Philadelphia, he was picked up in 2004 also by the Alphabet Boys for being allegedly a drug dealer, and all the property and everything that was done with the documentary was taken also. So the footage and everything that we had was gone. And it was completely done. Miss Wallace was a part of it. She was in it. A lot of different other individuals, right? So I went throughout the years trying to get the story out, people paying for me to come and speak and talk about the story on their documentaries or on their footage, their films and everything like that. But the fans was only getting bits and pieces of the story. And I was getting tired of, Puffy actually telling his story and lying by telling his story. He wasn't being truthful at all.
And people will believe in it.
People want to sit there and say, well, and I said this before, he take the humanistic value out of this story because we made some mistakes, and the mistakes that were made took somebody's life, took somebody away from their father, took somebody away from their mother, took somebody away from their friends and their fans. The mistakes that he made.
Ask your doctor if Entyvio, including the Entyvio.
Hey, now I'm gonna be real. If I had a security guard like Big Gene, bro, Big Gene is something like a Dewberry, bro. Think about Dewberry. How Dewberry was saying Charles White was on all that hot shit and he kept telling him to chill. You could put Big Gene and Dewberry in the same type of situation, bro. When you got somebody like that, Big Gene around you, a security guard that's on his shit, he take his job serious because that's how he make his money, and he hopefully can do his own thing, get good recognition so he can bodyguard more people. Man, bro, I'm talking about they gonna whoop me. They sent out some they sent out some new agreements and stuff, bro. See, they saying that they agree to pay us like 45% the ads of the shorts, and there's another percent they agree to pay for the ads like in here. That's why you seeing more and more ads in a whole lot of people videos. That's why, bro. Because they sent us a notification. Now we had to agree to the terms that I guess they're gonna pay us like a little bit more percentage than what they were paying us for all the ads that they're gonna be placing in the videos now because they promote these ads for some odd reason. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it, bro.
You understand? So, like I said, if you got a chance, if you haven't viewed it and you just turning into the third installment, you may want to go back and check out 1 and 2 and some of the other YouTube things.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all another reason why I switched it up, bro. I know you good, love. Nah, but for real, they had us to sign the agreement. But I'm gonna tell you another reason why I switched up the content tonight, bro. I can show you on my phone, gang. When I say I can show you on my phone, bro, Charleston White or whoever in Charleston White camp, they've been trying to hit my videos, bro. All my videos I got of him of the fake black activists, the lives, but mostly all my videos that I got out. Charleston been trying to strike them bitches. But YouTube been sending me a notification to my phone letting me know every day. Like, that shit was like all last week, every other day. Oh yeah, we just responded to you letting you know that we found no problems with this video. This video is still good to go. It's ad friendly. It's not against our guidelines and that. So I'm looking like, why the fuck they started saying that? So I go back and look. Man, I got this shit like 6-7 times on different videos. Like, he been reporting my shit, but they let me know you don't have to worry about this video getting taken down. It's good. You still gonna get paid for it. It's ad friendly. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? But I had to put 2 and 2 together. This nigga reported my shit, gang. Cause I've been put these videos out, but they started sending me notification. I would just let you know this video is still good. You don't have to worry about it getting taken down or blocking. It don't go against the guidelines. So I'm looking like, why y'all started sending me this? I ain't reporting no motherfuckers or nothing. So why y'all telling me about a video I already did like a week ago? Nigga playing. I hate nigga playing, man. That's why I said let man, these niggas crazy, man. Let's get into it, bro. Shout out to everybody who up in the building.
And
nigga playing.
Anybody who's telling you, and I'm letting you know this right now, I haven't made a dime off none of this. I don't have none of this shit monetized. I'm not one of those individuals who's telling you the truth about or the real reason and all this other shit to get you to come to their sites. And they don't come out their living room. They never been nowhere. Nobody never talked about them. They never been with nobody, but they want to make you believe about the truth about what happened and they wasn't even there. So let me jump into this and get this shit on the road. I left you guys, we was at Andre Harrell's house. I had talked to Puff and to tell him about the information that I received regarding the guys that are coming to kill us tonight. He tried to make it seem like that on films and records that he didn't know about none of this stuff. When Wolf actually told him, yo, we're not going out there right. I'm not going out there unless we're right. I want to take 2 tour bus of my cats from the Valley.
I don't know if y'all can see this shit, bro. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, bro. They're from YouTube, bro. It's like different videos they started hitting me up about. They're saying, oh yeah, we determined that it's all good. You don't have to worry about it getting took down. So I'm like, what the fuck is they talking about? So I'm going back looking at my content. Most of my content that's been not monetized, it's like they've been trying to monetize. Cause I guess they really ain't found no issues and shit. And then I'm gonna show you something else, bro. Hey, shout out to my boy Stingy K, man. I gotta let bro know about this here, boy. They done messed up when they did this game. Hey, they better work together if they gonna get me out the way. They gotta work together, bro. I'm gonna show y'all something, bro. You remember I told y'all I had a copyright strike, gang, and I was fighting a copyright strike. That's why my page ain't been in the algorithm. They've been playing with my numbers. I ain't got no more, boy. They done open me back up, bro. Look at it. Account status. See, this say account status. See, that say green light. Account status. See, at first that shit said red, 1 out of 3, and I was fighting that bitch, bro. Man, I did what Stingy K said, put that counter strike in, boy, I'm back green. Copyright strike. See, look. Copyright strike restrictions. None. Oh, hey, ability to earn. What they say? Green light. Green light. Boy, when I did that, I said, hold on, man. I gotta holler at Stingy, bro. I gotta let bro know that shit work, my nigga. Like, for real. These niggas, I ain't gonna tell motherfucker, if you wasn't in the live, nigga, you ain't gonna know, nigga. Nah, everybody in the live, they know what happened. They know what bro told me to do and what they needed to have in order to fight this strike. So yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Try it again, nigga. Let's get to it, nigga. Yeah.
Co-op City, Edomore, you know, all his dudes he had over there, you know, Prince, Caviar, aka Ali, you know what I'm saying? All the guys that he knew from up on the hill that time, that he was gonna get a busload, 2 busloads of guys, and it wouldn't have cost nothing because they mans them on the tour bus to get those guys to come and roll with us. So for him to say that he didn't know that we had problems, come on. We had got blamed for, Bad Boy had got blamed for Suge Knight man dying.
Real
in
talk,
Atlanta.
Bro. Hey, real talk, bro. That nigga been playing with my channel, bro. Them folks been playing with me, bro. They weren't trying to pay me all my money for my video. Nigga, I woke up. YouTube like, oh, congratulations. Everything good. You ain't got to worry about no videos getting blocked no more. You good to go. So I look at my channel. I said, ooh, that strike gone. I go to looking back at the old videos. Them bitches ain't got no yellow sign up on it no more. Them bitches green lights. I said, ooh, it's over with. So now I be saying, you know, what I supposed to see, bro. See, at first, I was nigga, I ain't give a fuck. I wanted to see everything what I supposed to see, but now I see everything because they done green lighted all my shit that was yellow at first. Cause them niggas were playing and shit. But yeah, we in the game now. Yeah, we in the game.
Bad Boy had got blamed, you know, for running with the cats who killed Tupac.
I'll be back to you.
So he had to know, going out to Cali, somebody gotta die. Those guys in California was not gonna let anybody from Bad Boy or even New York that they knew come out there and party, have fun, be with their girls, drink up, and go back to New York and without nobody being touched. Anybody with common sense knew that. So you had to be out there for Cali for a reason. And people think, yo, Big was a fool for being out there. He shouldn't have been out there. Big was trying to support his family, bro. Big was trying to get money on his contract and get money from Puff. He was working on Puff album out there. Puff had him come out there to work on his album. Like I said before, Big album was completed. He was working on Puff album. Why? They got plenty of studios in New York.
Grand Canyon University. This is perfect.
Boy, YouTube gonna get their money. They for to get their money. They don't care about what nobody say. Them bitches for to get their money. I see that now.
So he out there working on Puff album. So not to jump the gun, let's get back to Andre Harrell's house. Puff know from me that I said it. He told me, Gene, you ain't gotta go. Paul was right there when I told Puff. Paul offered, he was right there when I told Puff. He just looked at me and put his head down. I walked away. Went into the next room, the other guys in there. I bang on the table after I make my phone call to my brother Slick and told him, these guys talking, oh, we lock and load. I went through that whole thing with y'all. I go outside. And to my surprise, Big sitting in the car right there.
He finna
in the
get
driveway.
to it. Just listen
Little
to
C's
him.
behind him.
Just listen to him.
On part 2, I told you what I said. After I said what I said, next thing you know, Puff is coming right out the door. Talking about, come on, y'all, let's go. So we all load up to go to the vibe party. Big had a friend that was driving also outside our convoy, and it was some cat in a Land Cruiser. It could have been white or off-white pearl color with Pennsylvania plates. He was also riding with us. So we all go and we on our way to the vibe party. So we get to the door, and by surprise, guess who I see? Chris Lattimore. Chris Lattimore and Puff is in business on parties all over the country. And all over parts of third world, because they did the Cancun thing for years. You understand? At Daddy-O's. I used to be at the front door at Daddy-O's, making sure everybody get in. So I see Chris Lattimore, and that's when the light bulb ring on. I said, oh shit.
He gotta be there.
Puff trying to get big at this party because him and Chris Lattimore is breaking out some kind of money because they getting paid to do this from Vibe. So they gotta get big here. You understand? And I stood right there and I just looked at Chris. And he said, how many guys you got? I said, I don't know. So I stood at the door while everybody got in, and it was 23 of us all together, right? So we went up there, and he took us upstairs. Like I said, Big had to really take his time because I know now the bones, his femur or fibular bones are broken, and his thighs are fractured. You understand? So
no, after that
taking our
wreck, he
time,
was up there.
we go to the very back, the very end of where the party's at. We got a table set back there. You understand? So I see Ed Lover, and they got another DJ in there, but Ed Lover, he's the MC on the microphone and everything like that. Say what else, Ed? We continue to the back, we go back there and we sit Big and them down. Puff told the guy, yo, bring me all the bottles you got. I don't care. Bring me all the bottles you got left. You understand? And we're sitting down. I'm the individual that's directly behind the Notorious Big. And if you ever see the picture, it was Ed Lover, Big, Puff, and they got my head cut off, but I got a number 4 and a Mecca Audio shirt because not Mecca Audio, a Mecca shirt, because I used to always wear Mecca things. Puff used to get mad at me. He wanted us to wear Sean John, or he wanted to wear his stuff, and I would never wear it. I would wear Mecca. I used to like Mecca stuff. Mecca had some fly shit back in the day. And they used to, keep me with boxes and fresh jerseys and everything like that. So I used to wear their stuff. And Puff used to get mad at me. My man, listen to him. I ain't no billboard for you. You understand?
I won't wear shit either. I don't care how mad
he knew
nigga,
that
I'm wear what
he
I
couldn't
want to wear.
run me like that.
Yeah.
You understand? Listen, only thing ever been regular about me was the gas I pumped. You understand? I enjoy dressing how I wanted to do it. And Sean John wasn't a thing for me. So now, even though later on Wolf used to make sure that I got boxes and everything like that, because at the time I was only getting, a few things here and there. But then Wolf was like, yo, Gene should be getting
That
boxes
nigga Gene
too.
look
So,
young as a motherfucker, boy.
To you and everything like that. So we back at the vibe party, and I'm behind Big. So Puff told me, yo, don't go nowhere. Stay directly behind, stay with Big all the time. I looked at him, and he was running back and forth in the party. You understand? Going up to the DJ booth and everything like that. And they just started playing Hypnotized like crazy. You understand? And, Puff was coming, bringing girls up to Big and everything like that. He said, he's telling Big, yo, Big, we're going to give a swim party at Andre Harrell house tomorrow. You understand? I'm getting these girls, I'm picking out girls at the crowd to come. And he'll bring the girls over. He said, yo, Gene, she gonna come to the party tomorrow. And so then I said, yeah, all right. So then he'll run back, leave again. You understand? And
hey, just imagine this, bro. You got Diddy come telling you, hey, remember this girl. Remember this girl. Hey, remember this girl. Hey, remember this girl. Now you trying to remember these girls and be like, I remember and watch Big the whole time. He throwing your mind off on what's really about to happen. But Gene on point. Just imagine, bro, if you security guard somebody and this dude telling you about a swim party that's going on the next day. End of the night come. It's no more swim party. No more greatest rapper of all time. And you've been getting warnings from people telling you, hey, don't go down there, bro. Tell them don't go down there. So put your shoes in Big Jean. Put yourself in Big Jean's shoes, bro. I know that shit fuck with him, bro. Cause if you go on this channel, that's all he can talk about. It's like, bro, you could think of so many ways. It's like Bigger wanted to leave Diddy and start his own label. Hey, Jane talking about that. For real. But man, bro, it's like, say for instance, if you get into a problem and you be like, damn, I could have did this different. And you know you could have did this different, but you just couldn't because you weren't thinking straight or something else happened. That shit gonna keep replaying in your mind over the years and years and years. Like certain stuff just keep replaying over and over up in your head. Like, damn, I could have did this different, or you know what I'm saying? I know that shit fucking with bro. Because he really know what happened, and the media is holding up for Puff and the government. Because they owe Biggie Mama before she passed away. This person been went to his kids. What's up with it, gang? What's up with it, bro? This person been went. Are you good? Everything good with you? This person been went to their kids. New York City person been gave Biggie Smalls mamas like, nigga, if I'm not mistaken, either California or the state of New York. I think it was the state of California husband gave Biggie Smalls mama like 300 million, nigga, for a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? For real. For a lawsuit, gang. So just think if they ain't wanted to pay this shit out. That's why they ain't trying to find out what the truth is with everything. They don't want you to find out the truth because that nigga kid's gonna be owed that money. That the Puff still ain't got his hand up in the cookie jar. If you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everything good with you, bro? Like your health, you good? Let me see. Hey, I'm gonna get off like around 2:15. What you want to come up for a minute, or you were good? Just let me know and I
Big
drop
was
them
over there
on
drinking everything. So Big told Lil C's, yo, Lil C's, go find some smoke. Because they didn't even have no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So he said, Lil C's, go find some smoke. So Lil C's went out and C's brought 3 girls back. And I think they may have been from Brooklyn. I'm not for sure. But I think they overheard
all
that
right,
they had family in
okay,
Brooklyn
I got you.
or they were from Brooklyn. So they stayed on the
you.
right side of Big at the time. And then they moved over towards the left side. So D-Rock came over to me and D-Rock said to me, he said, yo, Gene, I ain't never seen you look like this. What's up, bruh? I said, yo, Rock, these niggas is coming at us tonight. And Rock said, yeah, all right, man, I got
Listen
you.
to Gene.
He stayed to the right side of Big.
Now, y'all do know D-Rock. That's Biggie Small homeboy. Y'all remember D-Rock, the dude that was in the movies with Biggie? They was selling the dope with Biggie, his right hand man. You do know after Puff died, after Biggie died, he was working with Puff. He was the transportation guy, the security guy. He took that nigga spot. Crazy work, right? D-Rock Postman helped Biggie planned it out that night, according to Big Gene. Because Big Gene said that Puff distracted D-Rock with them females and probably told him everything how it gonna go down because D-Rock, Biggie Smalls' homeboy, is working with Puff, bro. If Gene Mystery gets stick or die, we know what happened because he be talking about shit we already know about. Yeah, for real. Like, a lot of people don't know about it, though, guy. Like, a lot of people ain't aware with it. They be, they probably don't know about D-Rock or any of that. Like, that should let you know that Puff had something to do with it from the jump. Just go look at D-Rock. Lil C's ain't with Puff. D-Rock worked with Biggie. He worked with Puff. Like, for real. They in pictures together. Before this nigga got locked up, D-Rock was part of his, like, security team. The nigga he moved around with, D-Rock was part of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that boy D-Rock had something with Cassie. And I'm just being real. I think D-Rock had hit Cassie at one point in time. Because D-Rock was running around with Puff. He was the nigga, when Puff out, you'll see D-Rock. But the world didn't really want paying attention to D-Rock until they made the movie. That's why I be looking at it like, damn, did this nigga Puff really set this up? Because D-Rock, why you with Puff? And Big was your homie. You wasn't no Puff guy. You was Big. You know what I'm saying? Lil C's ain't with him. Lil Kim ain't with him like how D-Rock is. D-Rock, like, over there, he with Puff. He was with Puff through the Ciroc shit, through all this shit. Like, D-Rock was right there. Swear to God.
Big, like, looking at Big the whole time, didn't take his eye off of him and didn't move. Rock ain't drink nothing. Rock ain't smoke nothing. He kept his eye on Big the whole time.
Them facts.
You understand? And I was behind Big. So what I did was I took Nina and put her under my shirt.
He telling y'all the story.
In my hand the whole time. I was behind Big. So Puff would come back every once in a while and be like, yo, Gene, remember her? Yo, Gene, remember her? Yo. And Big said, how the fuck is Gene gonna remember all these girls you bringing up?
Nah, don't say so. I remember that video.
Puff went away again. And so he started, going to the DJ booth and they was playing Hypnotize. And one guy came up, he had a Death Row pin on, he had a suit on. He said, yo, man, I'm from Death Row, but I just want to let y'all know, I just want to meet Big. Yo, Big, this shit is about the music, bro. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, I don't give a fuck about it. Big said, yeah, all right. So then these other group of guys came from, and I remember them, and it was Keefy D. It was Keefy D and a couple other dudes, you know what I'm saying, like that was with him. And Big got like he didn't even know him or he didn't remember him or something like that. And I remember them because we were shooting dice in the hotel in Vegas and we were shooting dice in the hotel in California. You understand? He was come up there with D-Mac and he would come with, and Tretch would come up there. Tretch came up there one time and they were shooting dice. It was all us. It was Tretch, Keefy D, D-Mac, me, and Puff was in his room at the time. And Tretch had OJ daughter on his arm. She's fine little thing. I forgot her name again. I don't know if it was Olivia or something like that. I don't remember OJ daughter's name, but she was with Tretch. But she was nice. Tretch used to, we was on the road with Tretch on that Jodeci tour, and he was the man all the time. He would go out with us to the parties and everything like that. We have time off, we rip and run. But Tretch always was nice. And Tretch used to always like to gamble with Puff. They used to do some old dumb shit, whereas they'll throw 10,000 down and say whoever got the highest roll.
I've lived a big life. When my
keep on living, my boy. I hope you live longer, but I gotta skip your ad.
One roll. Whoever threw the highest, they pick up the money. I was like, oh shit. So when Puff came out the room, they started that shit again, and I just got out the dice day. I'm not losing my money like that. Fuck that one roll shit. Nah, I'm not doing that. So that's when I met Keefe D and them at the hotel from gambling, and I remember him, you know what I'm saying, because all us went to Vegas one time, you know what I'm saying, from out the concert. They were doing a concert in Vegas. So we left LA we all drove down to Vegas like that to do this little concert thing. And remember them from the hotel and gambling. So I say, yo, Big, yo, this is keeping them like that. They some shot callers out here like that. Big said, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Gave him a pound and everything like that. And that was it. They stayed, you know, to the right side over there in front of, behind like D-Rock. You understand? So next thing you know, the you know, party jump.
That we were talking about, Black Problem Child. This I got somebody who talking about this. They like, nigga, how you know about all the times that Diddy was in Turkish? Turkish is where the celebrities go and get young female. That's where they go with the young girls. And Jane was around during that time when it happened. But he said he ain't say nothing about it, but then he talked about the little British girl who Puff used to mess with. And the people tried to sue Puff. And they tried to hand him the little shit. You know, when the people around you, like, you been served, like it was a young girl. And Puff thought this little girl was trying to flirt with him, and she played him because he was getting charged for them type of charges. And when she was like, you been served, he went like that, and the paper just hit the ground, and he walked off from it. You know what I'm saying? So Gene was like, he was there when they happened. When that little girl was walking up acting like a fan, and Puff knew she was young, and man, bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
And everything like that. And I, you know,
Hey,
put Nina away.
it's
And I
crazy.
wrote on a piece of paper, and the shit is like some fucking serious satire. I put, I'll remember on the paper. So Puff came on and said, yo, Gene, make sure you remember her. And Big say, look behind me, say, man, you ain't gonna fucking, you go, Gene, for real? And then I put the paper up like this, I'll remember. And Big started laughing.
Hey, when I get time, I'm gonna go find them videos and let y'all hear it, bro. I'm gonna let y'all hear him tell these stories about Puff with these alleged little females that he was getting from Turkish. For real. Because it was one in particular Puff used to be crazy about in Turkish. He done went down there a couple times for her, because Gene done told the story. Just like he told the story how that's where Puff get all his toys from. The S toys, that's where he get all that shit from in Turkish. Wherever the fuck Turkish is, that's where he get the allegedly the you know the females. They're short. That's what we gonna say for, you know, the other word. The short females that you don't supposed to have. And that's where he go get all his Lego toys from. A bag full of them. He give him like $1,000. They just give him this shit. Like a knot full of money. Jane telling this story. He ain't say nothing about Clyde Davis because he said Puff got everything he got from Andre Laurel. Clyde Davis taught Andre Laurel everything he know about the stuff, that little freaky stuff he be doing with people. So, you know, Clyde and Puff, all that still in cahoots with each other. Because everything that Clyde was doing to people, Andre Laurel did it to Puff. And end up, Puff and Clyde Davis was in a relationship for like 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. That's how Puff ran up like his first 100 mil, like 50 to 60 mil, if I'm not mistaken, when he was dealing with Clyde. Because Clyde was giving Puff a whole lot of shit. He was paying for a lot of this stuff. Yeah, them facts. He came out and said it, and he bought Puff name up on 60 seconds. It was on 60 seconds. When Clyde came out and talked about him and Puff relationship, everything he did, how he feel like he should be critic for the upcoming of Bad Boy because he put a lot of money up into them projects and gave Puff a lot of money for budgets that was overpaid that he knew Puff wasn't gonna spend all the budget money up on. That sugar daddy money. This nigga Clyde probably a multi-billionaire. So he getting him sugar daddy money. Man, let's go, bro.
Laughing. You understand? The kids start laughing. And
appreciate that, guy.
You know, they start smoking with the girls that were either from Brooklyn or they knew somebody from Brooklyn. It was 3 of them.
For real, big child, for
they
real.
started smoking with them. They was laughing. They was having fun. And we up in the museum where it was like cars that was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You understand? So next thing you know, they start saying that the fire department is going to shut the party down because it was too much smoke. It was too much smoke. So that's what they did. They shut the party down. So when the party got shut down and we said that we were going to, leave, we made that decision that we started to leave. I knew it was going to take Big them a certain time to get down the steps because of this situation. So what I did was I gave.
We the people love summer baseball.
God damn, bro.
Nina to
hey, no cap, bro. Nigga, I told y'all YouTube had us to agree to some terms about the new ad payouts. They gonna put more ads in the videos, but they paying us a little bit more than what they were paying us, but it's going to be more ads in everybody's videos. That shit's so crazy because I'm seeing how it work. I'm like, damn, this nigga got so many ads that popped up. Like the shit they talking about paying us is nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing, bro. It's all right, but it's nothing compared to what they give.
Paul, and I said, yo, Paul, watch Big. I'll be right back. So when I went downstairs, I got the drivers. They had, Kenny and G them. We had the 2 Suburbans right in front of the door. So when you hear Lil C say, our Suburbans drove up and stuff, like, nah, they was already downstairs before we even got there because I made sure they was in front of the door that we came into, so we'll leave and we could just jet up out of there. So now, Big is taking his time to get downstairs and everything like that. It was 23 of us. When I counted, it was 11. So I'm like, yo, where are all these motherfuckers who was
12 people left?
And they told me we lock and load together. And where they at? They had already made a decision to go to Steve Stout's house because he was giving a swim party and a pool party in one of the mansions up in the hill in Cali. So they had already left us there. So that 23.
Now listen to how he telling the story, gang. he let y'all know from the jump. Now, as the party getting smoked out, the fire department saying, "Hey, y'all need to shut it down. Too much smoke going on." So Steve stopped. "Hey, fuck this shit. We going to my crib, man. Party at my house." So everybody dipping, going to Steve Stout shit. Now they finna get ready to dip out and probably head to Steve Stout house. But they got the call at the they were getting ready to execute the plan. Facts, bro. That's why that's why they left late. But Gene said they could have left at any time because the cars was parked right in front of the door. So all they had to do was come out, wait for Big to walk down, because you know it was gonna take some time because Big was on the like little walker thing because he just got out the car accident. All they had to do was hop in, leave. But Big Gene felt the suspicion. So he was gonna ride on the outside of the truck. Puff told the nigga, "We don't need all that." So Gene like, "What you mean we don't need all that?" He like, "Nah, nigga, we don't need all that. Either you get in the car, you ain't gonna work for Bad Boy no more." Because he know if they was riding and Gene would have rolled by and saw somebody in their car, "Hey, stop this car." He would have hopped out. "Hey, who you is?" Big still would have been here. Won't let Gene tell that story, guy.
That we was locking and loading together had turned into 11. You understand? So now we come downstairs, Big gets in his car. Puff don't get in the car yet. Puff is acting like he looking for somebody and looking like he's steady trying to go get girls to bring them up to me so we can leave. So I'm like, this ain't like dude right here. When Puff leave a party, if security ain't ready and the driver there, he will jump in there and leave your ass. This is this kid MO. I've been with him for years, but Puff is looking back and forth and going to get girls. And then I'm like, "Yo, Big, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? "Why we ain't leaving?" He said, "Yo, check your man." And I'm like, "Yo, Puff, what's up?" He said, "We got to wait for Paul and them to get their car out." And I was like, "Wait for Paul and them? Paul and them ain't got their car? This guy is an Inglewood police officer."
Y'all hear how Puff is delaying the time so everybody can get in place. All right, we can leave right now, but dude probably ain't in the car. The crowd is still kind of crazy. They got to wait for a police officer to go get his car that's parked somewhere else and come where they at in order to leave. There's enough time for everybody to go get on down, do what they gonna do. This nigga sit in the car, lean the seat back enough, wait for everybody to pass through, because the car was parked on the corner, and I wish they had that footage because I want to see who got in their fucking car. Was it the feds? Was it the Nation of Islam? Because Gene said they couldn't catch the car. The car they was up in, the motherfucker like it had a chip up in it. Soon when they hit 95, it go all the way back down, like it stopped going fast. Then it started all the way back over. But this nigga here going 800 miles up the hill, he busts a right. Now he gone. Cause this Cali, you know, Cali, you got these hills, nigga. Once you gone and you hit a hill and somebody chasing you, and once you hit one corner, bro, it's over with. All you gotta do is whoop, 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 whoop. Just keep hitting blocks. Now you gone. You gone. And that shit crazy, bro. How that nigga got away like that, bro. I'm talking about like some GTA shit. This nigga just pulled up. Pop, pop. Well, he ain't pulled up. He was already parked right there. Pop, pop. Got on down. They switched cars, chased him. Couldn't even catch this nigga. This nigga go up the hill, hit a right. They go up the hill, try to see where he went. Gone. It's crickets. You know how many corners is here when this nigga bust that right? You got a whole nother four-way to go to. This nigga probably hit this way and went that way. Hey, man, for real, bro. Salute. Gene Deal been capping from day one. Hey, hey, my title my title is what my title is, gang. It's on y'all to choose if he capping or not. This the last big night though. I'm gonna let y'all hear about the game, but you know, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna stick with the narrative of I believe he honest. I believe he telling the truth. Especially about this story. You know what I'm saying? Not man, a lot of people problem child, like the dude Carcino, he broke down the whole Biggie and Tupac situation, and his story sound like kind of different, but it's somewhat the same as Big Gene. Now my whole thing is this the bodyguard. So like, come on. This the bodyguard now. If he telling all this, so he gotta be telling the truth, but at the same time, like y'all said, he be capping about a lot of stuff. Cause when you go back on the channel, he start bringing up some more stuff. Like, yeah, I ain't really want to tell y'all what happened, but let me get more in depth into it. That's why I was showing y'all the other video about he was saying Diddy was acting spooky. He didn't bring none of this up on this interview of the last big night. Out of all them other videos he got, he ain't say that on his interview. That's why people saying, "Oh, you capping that?" Because you coming up with all these new stories on Diddy about this, what really happened about this time here, and you supposed to been told the last big night on this platform right here. But we finna get into it. But I think Big Jane, I think this story is real, gang.
He having problems getting his car. He from out there. You understand?
Hey,
Flash your badge, tell him to go get your shit, and that's it.
No, everybody got their own. Everybody got their own.
You should have been had your car. So now,
hey, now you get what I'm saying, Black problem child. That's why I said, hey, this is just my opinion, and y'all got y'all own opinion. So, hey, we gonna rock out and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's crazy, bro.
To the opposite side of the museum.
Yeah,
now
this story here
on the other side,
but it's just the other stuff will make you.
It's the
like,
fire department, the police department, because some ruckus or something had happened all the way on the other side.
Yeah, this
see, people got it confused. They say it was 1,000 people out at the museum.
The last big night,
and they got let out. Nah, bro, they was on the whole other side of the museum. You understand? We was on the opposite side, and there was nobody out there.
Then part 3, it's on this channel. Yeah, see, we did part 1, part 2. We really did part 3 too, but I know part 3 always hit home because he be telling the story about what happened to Big. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can find all this on Big Gene channel, man. He got some good content, some good stories over there too. You just gotta watch the live and let him talk when he get through speaking to everybody and everything. You know, the same thing like how I do over here. That's how he do on his platform. He see his people come in. What's up with it, everybody? He gonna mess with his people. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna continue on with his story. That's why I kind of rock with him. I'm talking about the other shit. You can watch his video the night Big died. Now he got part 1, part 2, part 3. He got the biblical betrayal, and that's really it. Everything else, he going live talking about it. That's all I seen. Now, if it is something else, I'll go back and see. But the only thing I know that he talking about on this case right here is the big night part 1, part 2, part 3, and it's a video called The Biblical Betrayal of Biggie Smalls. And that was like the last time. Everything else, he was on it live talking about it. If anybody a fan of Gene or know about Gene, people should know this story word by word. He told this story millions of times. He's told this story right here millions of times. That's why I said this biggest story He ain't lying about it, but it's like the other stuff that he went to adding into it. It'll make you look at him like, damn, nigga, where this shit here come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah.
It was nobody to the right side of that museum because when we pulled out to the driveway, we stopped. We waiting for Paul and the guy from Inglewood to get their truck out.
He finna get to
Any
it.
other time, Puff would have left them, called them on a cell phone, and told them, yo, this is where we at. This is the address. This is where we going. But he stood right there. So Puff is in the driveway of the museum. Big is right directly behind him. You understand? We waiting for Paul car. We waiting for Paul and them to get in their car. So now Puff is sitting in the car. So I'm playing the wall, watching Puff. And this one guy comes up. He has a white t-shirt with blue stripes. So he just came through and walked through the museum like that. So I looked at him, was nothing. He left, looked at the museum, started looking, then he went back down the street. I said, okay. So I said, went to Paul. Paul still had my girlfriend with him.
He talking about the gun.
You understand? I said, Paul, you see the guy in the blue and white shirt? He said, nah, what's up? I said, nothing. You understand? He said, Puff, all right. I said, yo, Puff good, he's straight. So we stood out there. They still having a problem getting their car. So this other guy comes up.
Listen.
He has the blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, peanut hair. He walks up there like he walking towards Puff's car. You understand? At this time, I got Nina under my shirt. Cause listen here, I know how boys in Cali roll. My brother used to be out there in Sacramento. You understand? And them niggas do drive-bys, bike-bys, whatever. You understand? And I go by this law all the time. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So I got that shit right up under my shirt. You understand? And dude walks up and he's about 10 feet from Puff car and from me. And I lowered my arm and he looked me dead in my face. I looked him in his face. He ain't say nothing. Now, the reason why I'm looking like, because I'm thinking he's doing security out there, because he dressed like he from the Nation of Islam. But I still remember, you know, the situation we had with the Nation of Islam inside Soul Train. And I still remember what Mustafa told me, that's Farrakhan's son. He said, when a brother from the Nation of Islam look you in the eye, he is taught to humble himself by saying,
Assalamu alaikum. I swear to God, nigga. That nigga Gene ain't lying, nigga. Ain't no Muslim or no Nation of Islam, nigga, not for to greet you. Them niggas speak to everybody, bro. Everybody. This nigga didn't do that. So I'm like, all right, did Pac have ties with the Nation of Islam? Or did they just feel Puff did that and they just wanted to get Puff out the way on something the Nation of Islam had? Like, you feel me? Because basically Jane's saying the dude from the Nation of Islam took out Big, the dude that he talking about. With the white suit, blue bow tie, peanut head.
This motherfucker ain't said nothing. So right now, I'm on point with him. He looked me in the eye and he know at this time, if he does something, he ain't getting paid for me doing nothing to me. He don't get no kudos for that. If he coming to do something. He turns and walk right back down the street which he came from. And I seen him walk away until he got out of my sight. You understand? So now I go to Paul. I say, Paul, is the Nation of Islam doing security here? You know that? He's like, yo, I don't know. I said, yo, this dude just walked up to Puff car. And he said, yeah? I said, yeah, he walked up to Puff car. He said, what happened? I said, nothing. He good again, right? So now, I said, are we ready? He said,
see, if y'all pay attention, bro, Big Gene was trying to make sure who I was on point, bro. That's why he kept coming to Paul, asking him, hey, you seen him? Oh, no, everything good? Nigga, you the police. How you didn't see this nigga walking by us? Do you, nigga, didn't I tell you niggas that we don't supposed to be out here? So you niggas just out here chilling, not giving a fuck. You acting like, nigga, life is golden. Like, come on, bro. Ain't nobody like paying attention and on point but Big Gene. Nigga, you a police. How you didn't see this nigga walking up to Puff? You could have helped Big Gene's story been valid. You ain't paying attention. The nigga Paul, the off-duty cop. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody on point but Big Gene.
Yeah. So now we drive onto the side of the museum. Now, his car's parked all the way along the side of the museum, all the way to the corner. We on the side of those cars, right? So the first 5 or 6 cars, there was nobody in those cars. I checked, I seen, was nobody in those cars. It was about 4 or 5 cars up in front of us. I didn't go check those cars. You understand? So now, we on the side of the museum and we about ready to go. So I go, Paul and them is in their car now. I say, yo, Paul, you straight? You straight. I said, you all right? He said, you all right.
Now he basically telling you from the jump. Gene said he checked them cars because he was already getting warnings from everybody letting them know that, bro, they coming for y'all that night, bro. So Gene basically saying that the first 4 or 5 cars that were from the club, that was parked in front of them, that was in a nice little distance, he checked them cars. He said it was like 4 or 5 more cars before you get to the end of the block. He didn't go check them cars. Cause they probably were just pulling up, one probably pulled out, and somebody new probably came in, then he was in the party. But somebody could say, shit, Jane, you did what you could, gang. But I know that shit messing with him till this day, cause he looking like, damn, this nigga Puff done got away. He done got away with this shit, and his hands is tied in this. Allegedly, that's what James saying.
No, he still had Nina. He still had my girlfriend with him. You understand? I said, yeah, all right, cool. I said, we're about to go. He said, where we going? I said, we're going to Steve Stout's house. You know, Puff got a call, and they got a party up there in the hills or whatever like that. You understand? He said, yeah, we going out? I said, yeah. I said, we ready? We ready. So now, Puff get in the car. You know, Puff is already in the car and everything like that. So then Puff is telling me to get in the car. I said, yo, dog. I said, y'all just go ahead. I'm going to ride on the side of the car. At that time, you know what I'm saying? I'm 6'7". I was 265.
Hey, shout out to Big Gene, man. Hey, Big Gene live right now. He ain't talking about me. He talking about Choke No Joke. But I swear to God, he went live. That Big Gene did. He went live at 120. And I didn't know that. And he talking about Choke No Joke. Though I like, damn. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get into it. Yeah, we finna get into it, bro. And this ain't my first time running content on Big Gene either, bro. I done ran, I think, a lot of Big Gene content, and bro, I ain't don't miss my page and you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, guy, for real.
I'm 6'7", 315 now. At the time, I was 265. I was a lot lighter. So I said, yo, I'm gonna ride on the side of the car till we get the next 3 blocks. Puff was like, yo, Gene, we don't need that. I said, what are you talking about? We don't need that.
Yeah.
He said, yo, Gene, we don't need that shit. I said, yo, bro, don't tell me how to.
Hold on.
I said, y'all just go ahead. I'm going to ride on the side of the car.
Hold on.
You understand? He said, yeah, we going. Yeah. I said, we ready? We ready. So now, Puff get in the car. You know, Puff is already in the car and everything like that. So then Puff is telling me to get in the car. I said, yo, dog. I said, y'all just go ahead. I'm going to ride on the side of the car. At that time, you know what I'm saying? I'm 6'7". I was 265. I'm 6'7", 315 now. At the time, I was 265. I was a lot lighter. So I said, yo, I'm a.
Hey, that shit crazy, bro. That's why y'all laughing in the comments and shit. That's why I said, man, that shit crazy, motherfucker. I was like, damn, what the fuck? The notification came to my phone. I said, damn, Big Jane live. But he talking about choke, no joke. So I like, damn. The fuck? He must sitting back watching or something. I don't know, but hey, man, my title is my title, bro. I ain't say nothing wrong, you know. I'm actually up here holding up for Big Jane. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that he talked about. You know, people can probably look funny and everything, but hey, we just gonna see how this thing gonna turn out, because I ain't gonna be on too much longer, no way. Because I got to take my son to his appointment tomorrow. So I'm gonna run into probably like 2:15, about 2:15, somewhere in their range.
Ride on the side of the car till we get the next 3 blocks.
Well, it say
Puff
30
like,
more minutes.
Yo, Gene, we don't need that.
30 more minutes.
I said, what are you talking about? We don't need that. He said, yo, Gene, we don't need that shit. I said, yo, bro, don't tell me how to do my job. He said, yo, Gene, if you don't get in this car right now, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy again. I said, bro, you gonna tell me how to do my job? He said, yo, Gene, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy again. So all those little pictures you see and everything like that, and Puff car getting ready, taking off, I'm the last one getting in the car, you understand? Because we had that exchange right there, you understand? And I got in the car. Now this motherfucker got his seat all the way back. I'm 6'7". Okay. He got his seat back. So and like that, he doing that shit on purpose. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm on the seat, you know, with my legs sideways. You understand? Because this motherfucker won't let his seat up.
Yeah, hammed on it, bro.
And I got in the car. Now this motherfucker got his seat all the way back. I'm 6'7". He got his seat back. So and like that, he doing that shit on purpose. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm on the seat, you know, with my legs sideways. You understand? Because this motherfucker won't let his seat up. I tell Kenny was our driver at the time. He's from California. And I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. He said, why? I said, Kenny, let me drive then, bro. If you ain't gonna run the next 3 lights, let me drive. And Kenny said, yeah, all right. So now we run the light. After I checked the scene with Paul, everybody good, yeah, everybody straight, everybody fine. Paul said, yeah, everybody fine. We go and we run that light. As we run the light, Tone, who's in the car with me and Puff, Tone said, Bignum ain't coming. Bignum stopped at the light. So Tone could see, because Tone was sitting behind me.
Damn, bro. Shit just getting good, bro.
We run the light. Tone, who's in the car with me and Puff, Tone said, Bignum ain't coming. Bignum stopped at the light. So Tone could see, because Tone was sitting behind me. I could only see in front of me and to the side because I couldn't turn all the way around because of my legs. Tone said, yo, Bignum ain't coming through the light. Those 3 girls that was on the side that Bignum was talking to, you understand, at the party, they were still talking to him downstairs as we was on the outside. So I guess they were still talking to him on the corner.
Hey, I don't mean to pause the video or nothing, bro, but hey, shout out to Ice and Honey Buns, bro. Y'all gotta go get the Ice and Honey Bun. These bitches fresh, they soft. Yeah, the ones that, oh, I'm talking about these bitches so soft. Lord have mercy. Shout out to Ice and Honey Buns, man. I just had to say that, bro. Shout out to the Honey Bun eaters, the Honey Bun lovers, the Honey Bun Nation. Bread are us. Yeah, shout out to y'all, bro. Y'all did y'all motherfucking thing, man. Hey, let's get to it, bro. Let's get to it, bro. Hold on, gang.
So now we run the light. After I check the single part, everybody good, yeah, everybody straight, everybody fine.
Like Wonder Bread, everybody fine.
We go and we run that light. As we run the light, Tone, who's in the car with me and Puff, Tone said, Bignum ain't coming. Bignum stopped at the light. So Tone could see, because Tone was sitting behind me. I could only see in front of me and to the side because I couldn't turn all the way around because of my legs. Tone said, yo, Bignum ain't coming through the light. Those 3 girls that was on the side that Bignum was talking to, you understand, at the party, they were still talking to him downstairs as we was on the outside. So I guess they were still talking to him on the corner. You understand? Now, we run the light.
Don't fast problems.
Bignum stopped at the light. It was a flashing red light. Bignum stopped at the light, right? The car that was parked on the corner.
Hey, shout out to Big Gene, bro. Hey, shout out to Big Gene, bro. Because I could tell, like, some of his people probably be coming in. I don't know. But shout out to Big Gene, bro. I don't want no problem. I don't want no smoke, bro. I've been running your content. So you already know what time it is, gang. Don't be like that, bro. Hey, for real. I don't want no smoke. Shout out to Big Gene, bro. They get to it, bro. That's why I started smiling and shit, because I'm like, damn, what if this nigga, like, what the fuck? Because I came on at 12 and he popped out. I was like, bro, what the hell? Like, damn. But we finna get into it, bro. I don't get no fuck.
They were still talking to him downstairs as we was on the outside. So I guess they were still talking to him on the corner. You understand? Now, we run the light. Bignum stopped at the light. It was a flashing red light. Bignum stopped at the light, right? The car that was parked on the corner. And Bignum got ready to take off is the car. Listen to what I'm saying. It was the car that parked on the corner of the museum. We never. You understand? Now, we run the light. Bignum stopped at the light. It was a flashing red light. Bignum stopped at the light, right? The car that was parked on the corner. And Bignum got ready to take off is the car. Listen to what I'm saying. It was the car that parked on the corner of the museum. We never left the museum. Bignum never left the museum when Big was shot. So when Lil C's and everybody say, your car pull up, yeah, the car did pull up. He was right parked at the corner. The car was parked at the corner. So when Lil C's got ready to take off, he got ready to make the right there. Already parked there. Been parked there all night. We never left the museum. Bignum never left the museum when Big was shot. So when Lil C's and everybody say, your car pull up, yeah, the car did pull up. He was right parked at the corner. The car was parked at the corner. So when Lil C's got ready to take off, he got ready to make the right there. Already parked there. Been parked there all night. It was a setup. Nothing beats an ambush. It was a setup. That car was parked there all night. So dude pulls to the side like,
bruh, just think about it, bruh. He said him and Puffin ran the light gang. They ran both of the lights. They already gone. They waiting on Big now. Just imagine if they would have stopped what Big stopped that gang. That little split little second right there would have gave niggas enough time, like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, come on, bro. The driver probably would have even seen this shit, bro. Like, who the fuck this is in this car? Hey, big, y'all, come on. The car right there, but they ran this so they ain't had time to see if somebody was in that bitch or not, gang.
This and start blasting. Tone say, yo, somebody pointing the gun at Bignum. He sees everything. I'm trying to turn around. So now I go to open my door. When I go to open the door, you hear something go, bap, 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 bap. The fucking Kenny guns the gas. Not going back, going forward. I'm like, yo, Kenny, what the fuck is you doing, bro? He said, yo, somebody shoot. Yeah, they shooting that big nigga. Turn this motherfucker around, Kenny. Kenny, we don't know he's you. Yo, he just said they shooting that big nigga. You understand? So now, Kenny stops the car, backs up, do a U-turn, turn the corner, and start driving towards Bignum. This motherfucker takes off or to the right, driving. He takes off, driving. We stopped the car right in front of Big's car. Puff talking about he ran to the fucking car. Motherfucker, you got out right in front of the car. Because when the guns went off, you grab your fucking head, put your head down in the motherfucking seat of your car. I'm looking at your ass. This motherfucker takes off or to the right, driving. He takes off, driving. We stopped the car right in front of Big's car. Puff talking about he ran to the fucking car. Motherfucker, you got out right in front of the car. Because when the guns went off, you grab your fucking head, put your head down in the motherfucking seat of your car. I'm looking at your ass. Backs up, do a U-turn.
Look how the movie lied. That's why I'm stuttering replaying this shit, because I'm looking like, what? Nigga, they got in the movie that this nigga running down the street. Dum, 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 dum. Every chance I take. This nigga running with the music to the truck. The whole time the guns go off. So when you hear thumb, you go like this. Nigga, you look like a hush puppy in the front seat. You balled up. Man, bro.
In the corner and start driving towards Bignum. This motherfucker takes off or to the right, driving. He takes off, driving. We stopped the car right in front of Big's car. Puff talking about he ran to the fucking car. Motherfucker, you got out right in front of the car. Because when the guns went off, you grab your fucking head, put your head down in the motherfucking seat of your car. I'm looking at your ass.
But they got the movie saying something else. They got the movie saying something else though, bro. And I mess with the Notorious B.I.G. movie, gang. But that, just like the Tupac movie, I mess with that bit, bro. But when I knew they kind of lied in that bit, bro, because I was like, man. But they said that Eazy-E shit really happened. They say bro beat his ass for real and made him sign this shit. And allegedly they say, man, I don't know, bro. They trying to say Suge Puzzman hit him with some shit, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I done heard many stories on this shit, bro.
Looking back, Stevie J is looking back, and I'm trying to look back. So we got in front of Big's car. Puff runs around our car.
I heard this story.
And go to Big's side.
Yep.
Now, I'm behind Puff. Everybody in Big car is going to look like a fucking airplane. All the doors is open, except Big's. Puff said, yo, you hit, man? You all right? You all right? You all right? Big, you all right? Big ain't say a motherfucking word then. You understand? Big ain't saying nothing. Tone said, yo, Gene, come on. Me and Tone hops in the car. Tone backs that motherfucker up. He start flying. We see the car. going down, going up the street. Tone fucking airplane, all the doors is open.
The nigga said, Puff said, Big, you all right? You hit, you all right? That nigga said, Big, I ain't say a motherfucking thing, nigga. Like, you bitch ass nigga. This nigga Big Gene was telling me not to come down here, you bitch ass nigga. Gene said the last thing he heard Biggie say was just do what you gotta do and get me to the hospital, bro. That's the last thing he heard Biggie say, bro. That shit crazy, guy. That shit crazy, bro. R.I.P. to Biggie, bro.
Except Biggs. Puff said, yo, you hit, man, you all right? You all right? You all right? Big, you all right? Big ain't say a motherfucking word then. You understand? Big ain't saying a Tone say, yo, Gene, come on. Me and Tone hops in the car. Tone backs that motherfucker up, he start flying. We see the car going down, going up the street. Tone trying to push that shit. Tone doing 90. He trying to do 100, but every time he trying to do this fucking 100, the car go, had a government chip in that motherfucker. Then anytime you try to do over 100, that shit'll go all the way back down. Tone was cussing like a motherfucker saying, yo, I wish I had my truck. I wish I had my motherfucking truck, man. This shit is crazy. You understand? So we steady trying to get close to this motherfucker. We couldn't get close to this motherfucker. We see this nigga, this dude in the car, take a motherfucking right at the top of the hill or top of it like that. And then we get up there, he gone.
Gone.
Tone, I see your Tone, let's get back, man. Them niggas,
man, gone, bro. And I know if California hills like Vicksburg hills, bro, nigga, once you go up them hills, they gone, bro. Cause Vicksburg hills down there like that, bro. They got certain hills, nigga. You hit them bitches, and once you hit them bitches and take one turn, nigga, you'll take one turn and bust another turn. That shit'll lead you somewhere else. The straight way will probably lead you downtown. This way here probably lead you going to the water, bro. You be lost. Like, it's gone.
Might need us. So we get back to the museum. They still in the same place. I said, anybody call the police? Anybody call 911? Stevie J said he called them and everything like that. You understand? So then, D-Rock them, before I left, Yeah, before I left, D-Rock said, oh shit. He grabbed his motherfucking head like this. He said, yo, they got my man. They got my motherfucking man. You understand? So now we back at the scene. Me and Tony's back at the scene. They still haven't made the decisions. No ambulance there. There's no fire trucks. There's nothing. The fire truck was on the other side of the museum. It was still nobody out there. Wasn't no crowd ground around or none of that shit. So now, me being who I am, I go back to the museum. You understand? In the driveway. You understand? So I'm posted up and I'm just listening. They ain't made a move yet. So I'm in the corner right by where Puff, we came out the museum, and I see DJ Quick on Everything I Love. DJ Quick is on his cell phone. You understand? And DJ said, yo, one of them niggas from Bad Boy got shot. I think they got them niggas. Yo, they said they was gonna get him. Came straight out his mouth.
We can live very rural and yet we are connected to anybody like in the...
That shit crazy. Hey, who DJ Quick was affiliated with, y'all? Who he was affiliated with? Huh? They said they was gonna get him. Who was DJ Quick affiliated with in this situation, guys? Cause he looking like nigga DJ Quick know who did it probably to Big, bro. Well, you know, that's Cali. They gonna know. Certain people gonna know, but who knows? They might don't. Unless that Nation of Islam dude around telling people what he did. Cause it wasn't no street dude who did it. From what Jane's saying it was the Nation of Islam nigga. That was the last nigga he seen. But we don't know who was in that car. That shit crazy, bro. It's been years and these folks still ain't found out who did what to Biggie or Tupac. They trying to pin the shit on Keefe D with the Tupac shit. But nigga, if y'all ain't noticed, Keefe D threw Reggie Wright name up in there. So I don't know if Reggie Wright's supposed to be coming to court about what Keefe D supposed to be testifying up on. Because he threw Reggie Wright name up in there, bro. I just gotta go over there and watch it to see if I want to run it. That's why I ain't ran it yet, but I'm gonna run it with this. For real, I might run it tomorrow before I get outside. If I find the right clip of it, like all I need is like probably a 30 or 17-minute clip. I can turn that bitch into like an hour and 30 or 2. You know what I'm saying? So I find that right clip, we gonna run it. Because allegedly Reggie Wright's name has been brought up in the Tupac situation with Keefe D, bro.
Came straight out of DJ Quick. I'm looking dead at him. So now I'm going towards him. He see me coming towards him. Nigga, Paul run down, grab me. Yo, G, we about to go, man. Come on, why the fuck you down here? I was like, yo, man, all right. So then we run back to the car. Now we go back to the car, and we hop in the car. Puffer's in the car with Big and them. So I said to them, right there, Puffer's on the side, right there, still consoling Big, saying something like, and Kenny got in their car now. Kenny was our driver at first. Puff said, you know what hospital at? You know what hospital? Because I guess they got tired of work waiting for the ambulance and everything. You understand? He said, well, you know what hospital? Kenny said, yeah, I know what hospital at. Now, we didn't know this at the time. A hospital was 2 blocks away. It was 2 blocks away.
Now, mind y'all, what was this first video that we watched? This first video I showed y'all when y'all was in here earlier, what was that first video we watched? What did Big Gene say? The ambulance called, P. Diddy called them, and they told them, if you want your friend to live, stop the vehicle and help will be on the way. And Diddy said, nah, we can't do that. Then we just watched it. See, that's when they go to saying the tricks with Big Gene. That's why a lot of people are like, oh man, he capping because of that. Look at the video we just watched where he just told us about what Diddy supposed to have been talked on the phone with these people. They could have got Big his help, but he ain't wanted to stop. But what we hear Gene talking about now, they riding around looking for the ambulance. I'm gonna let them keep talking.
You know what hospital at? You know what hospital? Because I guess they got tired of work waiting for the ambulance and everything. Right there, Puff was on the side, right there, still consoling Big, saying something like, and Kenny got in their car now. Kenny was our driver at first. Puff said, you know what hospital at? You know what hospital? Because I guess they got tired of work waiting for the ambulance and everything. You understand? He said, well, you know what hospital? Kenny said, yeah, I know what hospital at. Now, we didn't know this at the time. A hospital was 2 blocks away. It was 2 blocks away. Puff got in the car. Now he's in Lil C's seat where Lil C's was at, behind Big. I said, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let Big get to sleep. He was hit.
Where y'all see what I'm saying? I just played y'all the video where he said Puff was on the phone with these people. That's why people be saying Big Gene cap. Because he didn't say this on what we hearing. He's switching to a whole nother subject. But he letting you know that Puff got out the vehicle that he was in and he got in the vehicle with Big. So he was in the car with Kenny and Tone and them. So now Puff in the truck with Big. So if Gene already knew, like, hey, shout out to Gene, bro. I ain't discrediting your story or nothing, gang. I appreciate everything you bring to the table and what you brought on the internet to let us at least know something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take it the wrong way what I'm saying, bro. But shout out to you, gang.
I said, don't let him go to sleep. Keep talking to him. Keep him up. Don't let him go to sleep, whatever you do. Kenny said to Big, yo, Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. Big put his head back, and his eyes went to the top of his head, and he said, just do it, man. That's the last thing I heard him say. So when Lil C's talk about he ain't say nothing, the man told Kenny, just do it. Put his head back, and he said, just do it. So now we following Kenny and them to the hospital. Tone is cussing his motherfucking ass off. Saying, what's wrong with Kenny? Let's see, talking about, we was driving, going up beside the curb and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Tone is my witness. Tone said, what the fuck is, what Kenny going? Why is he driving like that? He should be running lights, dodging and everything like that. He was doing that. He'll stop at the fucking light, then wait and see if it's all clear, then go in the whole 9 yards. Come on, man. Tone said, I wish I knew where the hospital was at. Tone, ask him. He know I ain't lying. He said, I wish I knew where the hospital was at.
Bro, but you understand what I'm saying, though, Problem Child gang? This is supposed to be the series of the last big night. You got part 1, part 2, part 3. What we watching is part 3. Now, before I played y'all part 3, I showed y'all a video that he had where it had Diddy acting spooky. You could type it in yourself. Just type in Gene Deal, Diddy acting spooky, and you gonna see him pop up. Because part 2 ain't up there because YouTube, I guess, took the video down. Part 1, YouTube cut the video off. So it's like a 3 minute on part 1. And he came back with part 3. And then part 3, he said Diddy was on the phone with the people. He didn't say that up here, gang. But I'm not saying you lying. I'm not saying you lying, bro. I'm not saying you lying, Gene D. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, gang. Shout out to you, bro.
We driving this motherfucker and stuff like that, and Tone them come like, yo, this shit is playing out in my motherfucking head.
I ain't saying you lying, bro. I'm just saying, it's like, when you made this video, bro, this video came out first. The video I let y'all see in the beginning of my live, that video was after the fact. When he went to bringing up D-Ferg name, how he went to telling everybody like, yeah, that logo, that bad boy logo, D-Ferg, ASAP Rocky Daddy, he made the logo for Bad Boy, and Puff owed him some money, just like Puff owed Wolf some money. Puff owed Wolf 300 racks. Puff never paid him. Wolf helped finance Bad Boy. That's why Wolf was around. They was all tied to the same gang. All them niggas with the same gang. Big Gene with the same gang. All them niggas like with this shit, and Puff got down with this shit. He told the story how Puff got down with the same gang. That's why everybody was so tight and cool with him until he went to doing this shit with Big.
I didn't know who did the shooting at the time or none of that. This shit is playing out in my head. I'm like, oh shit. You understand? So now we get to the hospital.
D-Ferg made that logo.
Somebody running the hospital. They get the gurney with
he ain't like him.
The attendant, the doctors, and everybody run out. So we got to get Big out.
Them fat black king, he ain't like him.
So now we open the door I'm on the right side of Big. I think D-Rock is inside. He got to lift him up. And Paul is on the left side.
Crazy, bro.
Yo, so we trying to move Big legs off. So when we go to move his legs, I see that he had urinated and his pants was wet all around. So I dropped his leg. Like, oh, shit. And I said to myself, yo, this kid is dead. And then I got back on top of it and I grabbed him. And when I grabbed him and as we lifting him, I could smell that he had defecated on his cell. So I knew he was dead. So I was fucked up. So
know that shit fucked
get him
you
on
up,
the thing,
gang.
they rush him inside. So now, I guess they was on the phone and the hospital and those 23 motherfuckers who was locking and loading with us, they done made it to the hospital, left Steve Stout house and everything like that, or they just made or didn't make it or whatever like that. And it's all these motherfuckers in the emergency rooms talking shit, talking about, yo, that's Notorious Big. I was like, yo, y'all get the fuck out this hospital right now and let these people do their fucking job. Clear this motherfucker out, because the hospital people was trying to clear him out, you understand, but they wasn't doing that and they was making a lot of noise and there was other patients, there was other people there. You understand, something like that? So I helped them clear a motherfucker out the hospital. So when they clear out the hospital, I go and I get on my phone. I'm calling Unc, calling Zip, and I'm calling.
Y'all see that dude right there on the left, right here? He is the man that if he was still alive, thank God Almighty that you in a better place, bro, and you still not alive. Cause boy, they got your name in some bullshit. They say you got the $1 million check from whatever supposed to happen to Tupac through you, Jimmy Henchman, and Puff, and somebody else. That's Zip. That's why I'm stutter circling. Yeah, that's Zip. They say Zip Pussman got an M. After that happened to Puff, after that happened to Pop, that nigga got an M. Now, what the $1 million check was for? They say it was supposed to be for some type of record label, but Gene said he never heard of him having no record label. So the feds still got to find out what's going on with that, but guess what? They can't. They got to sweep that under the rug because they can't charge Puff for if Zip had that check. Because Zip ain't here no more. He gone. You can only charge somebody if they alive. That's why Yo Gotti ass is still free. Because Big Juke lost his life. But if Big Juke was alive and he would have went to court, we would have been seeing a whole lot of changes going on in that court game. But by Zip being gone, they had to X out. Oh, he got the $1 million check from Puff. We can't use that no more. Because Zip ain't here. That's why Gene probably can talk about this story because he not here no more. Only way a person can get in trouble if they speak up on that situation and act like they know what's going on.
Chaz is telling me, yo, I'm on my way over there, man. I was on my way over to the museum, you understand? But I'm on my way over there now, you understand? Chaz got a couple of cars with dudes all in and everything. He know the deal, you know. He said, y'all gonna be all right, man. You just, yo, Gene, I'm on my way. I said, all right, cool. Uncle talking about, yo, I'm on my way. Everybody talking about they on their way. So now, I go back into the hospital, you know, I go back into the room like that. So you think this Puff runs out the hospital door
in the emergency
from the
room.
back.
The nigga Puff came out and he grabbed my arms. And when he grabbed both of my arms, he said, yo, Gene, we gotta pray. We gotta pray. I said, I pushed his hands down. I said, pray for what? That nigga's dead. And walked out the hospital door.
And I didn't mean it in the way I was just hurt, because nigga, you ain't listen to me.
Smell like royalty all day.
Be crazy.
Protect.
And that Puff talking about we gotta pray. We gotta pray. What we gotta pray about? Why we gotta pray? When the next morning, while Big in the hospital, cause he deceased, you gotta catch a flight to San Diego. You gotta go to San Diego in the morning. And leave Big there in California so his body can get transferred.
You knew somebody had to die. You knew coming out to Cali, you know, after we've been blamed.
I think they were the only ones that stayed, bro. Lil C's, them facts. I think C's was the only one who stayed. Them facts. You know, Big Gene, he flew back, but he ain't flew back with Puff, I think. He went back with Chaz now. He ain't go back with Puff because Puff had to go to San Diego. So I guess the plane flew him out privately and he left. Because he finna tell his story. And it's crazy, like, nigga, you ain't stay there. So what you finna go just call everybody? Yeah, man, it just happened to Big. It's crazy. Nigga, where you with? Oh, I'm in San Diego. Damn, what Big is? Oh, he in California. I had to leave and come to San Diego. Like, damn, nigga, what? The world didn't even know this. We thought this nigga stayed at the hospital with him whole time. Nigga, you, man.
For the Suge Knight's a man in Atlanta, after we was blamed with dealing with the people, you understand, who killed Pac. You understand? You knew somebody had to die, bro. And if you didn't know, nigga, you should have known. So I pushed his hands off me, you understand, and walked back out the hospital door. So now, come back in. Paul said, yo, Gene, we got to get Puff to San Diego. They about to fly him out. I said, what? He said, yeah, we about to get Puff to San Diego. They're gonna fly him out. Andre Harrell is setting them up so they could get him on a jet in San Diego, want a private jet to fly him out. I said, what about everybody else? He's like, I don't know, man.
Come on, Puff. Come on, Puff.
Andre Harrell is setting them up so they could get him on. So now, come back in. Paul said, yo, Gene, we got to get Puff to San Diego. They about to fly him out. I said, what? He said, yeah, we about to get Puff to San Diego. They're gonna fly him out. Andre Harrell is setting them up so they could get him on a jet in San Diego, want a private jet to fly him out. I said, what about everybody else? He's like, I don't know, man. I said, yeah, all right, cool. So everybody loads up except C's, D-Rock, and the media people that was with Big and them. And we about to take Puff to San Diego. Me and Groovy Lou go back to the hotel, you understand, and pack all of his shit up. You understand? Pack all Puff's shit up and everything like that. because the night before that, he had company. You understand? And then Groovy Lewis finna pack her shit up. I said, that ain't Kim shit, nigga. You better not pack that in Puff shit. You understand?
Look how he was looking.
Sally Rich.
Look how he was looking, bro. That nigga James, he still was trying to do his job, trying to follow direction. So he still was like loyal, but he was like, damn, ain't no way this nigga. I don't know, bro.
And everything like that. Because the night before that, he had company. You understand? And then Groovy Lewis finna pack her shit up. I said, that ain't Kim shit, nigga. You better not pack that in Puff shit. You understand? Because Sally Richardson had left that shit there the night before that. Because she was at the party with us because Puff want to show the fuck off. He got Kim, Sally Richardson, them sitting right there at the motherfucking same table, at the same moment, act like he's some kind of boss ass nigga with his baby mama and his mistress's girlfriend right there at the same motherfucking time, nigga. You showing off and this kid die because you want to show your motherfucking ass off at some fucking vibe party.
This nigga Puff, boy. This nigga Puff was one of the ones. That boy had both of the goods at the table. And you let that happen to Big. I feel Jane on that, guy. I feel him on that, bro. You around that bitch trying to show out for the goods, but you let your right-hand man, your money maker, your artist, get his life took. And Big was young, bro. All them niggas was young.
We get all that shit up. I throw her shit in the garbage and everything like that. Lou taking shit like that. I stay at the motherfucking hotel because Chaz was following us. Chaz was following us with a cow convoy of people. And Paul stopped the motherfucking van and said, yo. I said, what's up?
What's up with the game? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate that gift, the time. What's up with the game?
That's Chaz them. Nigga, I called them. He said, yo.
Them facts, bro.
Paul said, we don't need all that. I said, nigga, we don't need all that.
Man, just cool.
Nigga, Big just got killed. What the fuck you don't mean? We need all that. We don't know who gonna roll up on us, bruh. So, Chaz and them see me back to the hotel. It was at the Beverly Hills. And the next day, I hear Puff has already made it to motherfucking New York. Chaz and them they took me out to some garlic steakhouse and everything. And he was like, yo, listen, man, you ready to go? They put me on the plane and everything like that. And I come back to New York. And that's when, you know, my phone is on fire. Everything is going up. I'm calling, you know. While I was out there, I called Slick. I called Shay. I was telling her, yo, little Shay, yo, Big got killed. She used to come to all our, you know, she used to hang out and, you know, be out there, smoke with them in the whole 9 yards and just be at all the parties. A good friend of mine. I called a couple family members, people that I knew, and they couldn't believe it. They said, yo, that shit is all over the radio. All over the radio. So that's what happened. And you know about the part with Big funeral and stuff like that. And I wasn't able to go to Big funeral. You understand? Because Bad Boy and Puff and them, you know, through, you know, his office and his team, the people who was handling the media and everything like that, and the questioning and everything like that, they kind of made it seem like I had something to, like, because I knew something. Nigga, who didn't know something was going to happen? Anybody could have told you.
He basically saying Puff was going around saying, "Oh, Big Gene know what happened," because he was telling us about it. Big Gene know what happened. He knew what happened to Puff. He had something to do with it. That's crazy, gang. All because this man was giving y'all warnings from the jump. He was giving y'all warnings from the jump, gang. You know this. This nigga acting like he don't know that he was getting warnings from the jump, bro. You was getting warnings, bro. Big Jane was telling y'all from the meat rack, off the gristle. Hey, they say they coming, bro. We don't need to go down here. Oh, Jane, gone with all that cop shit. Gone with all that cop shit. Man. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Hold on.
You that those cats was not going back to their block and say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, watch this, bro. I'm gonna let this shit play for like 15 minutes, bro. Just an extra 15, bro.
If we were talking about situations with his group, you know, Big was just giving me a lot of information, and I was kind of wondering why this kid is talking to me like that, because every time me and Big used to be around with each other, it was basically with Puff, or it was at concert times, or, you know, studio things like that when I'm, you know, with Puff going back and forth. We were never like, no, you know, I ain't hang out with them. They were much younger than me. So, you know, this kid was just pouring out his life to me, telling me about, you know, his relationships, situations, you know, like an issue that we had out there in Cali that time. And that was with Charlie Baltimore and him. Whereas that I kind of feel like, in a sense, Big may be still alive today. Had he went to jail that day, we had an incident in a hotel. We was in a 4-star hotel, and me and Puff was at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and Bigden was staying at the 4-star. And him and Charlie Baltimore had got into it at this particular time, where she had seen some pictures that she didn't like, and you know, she kept it gangster. Went at him, and next thing you know, Big Rolex watch, his Rolex watch and his ring is out the window. We found the watch, but we never found the ring.
You want to
So
find that
next thing you
ring?
know, the police is coming up there, and you know, the complaint was made, but Charlie ain't say nothing to the police. She kept it gully, you know. But me and Puff was sitting up there talking to the cops while they was sneaking Big out the door from the next room. So I feel kind of bad about that. And I was like, when we was talking about, I was joking with him and everything like that. So that's when he said, yo, that's my girl, man. That's my Charlie, my girl. But, you know, I fucks with her. Yeah, I said, what's up with Kim then? He said, no, that's my bitch. You know, Kim is down for, you know, with me, you know, for everything. You know what I'm saying? He was just expressing, you know, how he was going to keep Little Kim and C's and as Junior Mafia and the rest of the guys, if they wasn't ready to work and put in the business part of the shit, that he was going to get a whole new Junior Mafia. He said that himself. He said, they got to work, you know what I'm saying? They got to write and they got to put in what they need to, because this is about business now. You understand? And he was telling me that he could not be mad at Puff, you understand, because of Puff showed him how to get money. You understand? He said that first contract I had was bullshit, and the people that
Facts, bro,
was working for me at that given time, they really didn't know what they were doing. So that's how I ended up having to sell my marketing and my publishing. So then we went through that. You know, you know, he told me what that was in the whole 9 yards. So now, in the back of my mind, you know, I'm saying I'm having a dilemma about, you know, talking to Big, you know, because I know prior to this whole situation, while we're in the Winnebago, he was telling me, you know, how things is gonna be different. He was, you know, praising Puff and everything like that. But I heard Puff, you know, like wish death on this kid. I didn't think none of it at the time, but because I just thought Puff.
This why I played this, bro. See, I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and I'm gonna end the night off with this, bro. But this why I played this because this the part where Puff said what he said, bro. Well, you know what he said. This he heard it from somebody else. To the people he be around, like the Andrea Rails, the Clyde Davis. He heard it from one of them saying this shit, bro. Cause that's the only way he gonna say it. Cause how you know to say it in this order until this day, this how everybody gone.
Was mad and what he said out of his mouth. So, you know, this was way back at the first Soul Train Awards thing that we had went to. When Big and Tupac was alive at this time. Tupac and Big got at it at the Soul Train Award when Pac had came out. And, you know, with Suge Knight and everybody like that. And, you know, I wasn't out there, but this is the part that I'm telling you, I heard. Me and Puff was inside the venue at the time. But my man Bond was right there. He was a good friend of mine, like my brother and everything. He was right there. And he said, Pac said some shit to Big. Big said, and so what? You know what I'm saying? Pac was like, yo, now you're on the West Coast. And then Big said, and so what? You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, somebody do a gunplay and the FOIs get in between and break it up. And Pac and Suge them, you know, they get past Big them go to their limousines and everything like that. So me and Puff is left in the venue. But we hear it on the radio that there's an altercation with Bad Boy and Death Row in the parking lot. So me and Puff is running that way. So I'm like this. I'm like, damn. So as we running, we get cornered and stopped by some dudes from the Nation of Islam. It was about 6 or 7 of them.
See,
it was just me and Puff. So this one guy, he was about Puff's.
I'm telling you, bro, that's why I got the Nation of Islam story shit from this nigga. He was saying basically like before, like this was why Tupac was alive. Like the Nation of Islam just had some type of smoke against Puff, bro.
But he was a light-skinned brother. You know, he was trying to talk to Puff. Puff said, I can't talk to you right now. And because I got a situation outside. And the dude and them like surround us. And so Puff was like, yo, bro, I can't talk to you right now. So he was trying to impede us from going. So I'm like, yo, listen here, bro, what's this all about? What? And so now Farrakhan's son, Mustafa, who's a good friend of Puff and us, he sees it. So he comes over and he says to this brother, you know, Puff says to Mustafa, tell this brother that, you know, everything is cool with me and everything like that, everything good. Mustafa said, brother, just hold up, you know what I'm saying? And the dude was adamant about, you know, trying to get at Puff, and I didn't know what it was about at the time, you know what I'm saying? So dude was like, you know, nah, you know, just talking to Mustafa like that. Mustafa said, brother. And then next thing you know, the dude was still going at it. So Mustafa got in dude's chest, hard body, say, brother. And then next thing you know, a lot of other guys from the Nation of Islam came around and stuff like that. And then me and Puff left. But I could see on this dude's face something wasn't right. You understand? So me and Puff, we was walking down the corridor, and next thing you know, from afar, you could see Suge and Tupac them coming that way. So now I'm like, damn. So I look at Puff,
what the
and
fuck,
Puff was
bro?
on my right side at this given time. So I said, yo, bro. But he was behind me. Yo, just take care of my family. I got this shit, right? So now we walking. So they coming forward. Now we going down this long ass corridor, and next thing you know, you see the TV vans and all the media vans and everything. They were off to the left of me. You understand? Suge was coming towards the right of me and everything like that. So there's this corridor in the back, and you can actually jump down there. The little the little walkway, you could jump down there and be in back of the TV vans. So me and Puff was right when I said, Puff, yo, I got these dudes, man. And so then I just put my hands inside my jacket. And, I had Nina and Nene. Both of them had 15 and a big loudmouths ready to go. You understand?
Boy, throw it in there.
All I had to do was touch them. And it is what it is. At that given time, I was ready to give up my life and what I had for Puff. No doubt about it. Everybody knew that. He never got any situations, any problems with me. You understand? He was part of the same gang. I'm same gang.
Hold on, man. We finna get into it, man. Yeah.
You understand?
It's same gang.
He was a part of that. You understand? So I was ready to, it wasn't about no bodyguard. I've always been a boss type dude. Started the same game. Was with Slick and the Family and 12th Street Posse. You understand? Played on the basketball team with that. So everybody from Harlem basically knew. And they knew when I worked with Puff and I was with Puff, he was good. Anytime we did parties or anything, I'm always going to have 10, 15 guys from same gang. Slick and the Family there. My dude, he home now. God bless him, Jim Ice. He was at the parties. You understand what I'm saying? I got 20, 30 guys at the parties whenever I'm doing security. Outside of security, they just my dudes like that. And they know I'm one of the head dudes in the whole clan. I started the same gang with my man D. Ferg, Mike Cott, Rick Daw, Tone Wop, Tabadoo. You understand? We started that up. We started the Bear Mountain picnics and all that stuff. Guys having fun, taking money from the streets, putting it back into the community. So now, I'm ready to give all what I have up. I'm good. You understand? Because this is my dude at the time. So I said, yo, man, just take care of my family. I got this. I'm not taking no ass whipping from no 15, no 20 guys. No, I'm not doing that. You understand? It don't make no sense.
Okay, Jane. That's why Jane telling Puff, man, I got this. Don't worry about nothing, Puff. They do anything to you, nigga. Act like they want to do something. I'm for the clear the scene. On GTA, I got us, Puff. But guess what Puff do? Just guess what Puff do.
Especially when I got Nene and Nay on me. Not at all. So now, Puff behind me, and next thing you know, he dips to the left, and I see him jump down into the embankment and just start running. So Suge them is coming up. They about 40.
Nah, he did what, Big Jane?
And next thing you know, he dips to the left, and I see him jump down into the embankment and just start running. So Suge them is coming up. They about 40, 50 feet, a little bit long.
Cause he knew if Pac and Suge would have seen him, man, them folks would have did something. They would have tried something knowing that he was Big Gene, but they would have saw Big Gene how he was standing. Man, them folks probably would have tried something still. Man, this nigga said, fuck this shit. I can't take this shit no more. Man, that nigga, bro, I'm gonna let y'all hear what Puff said, guy. That nigga said he couldn't take this shit no more, bro. These niggas gonna call me my life with this rap beef shit. This nigga Tupac don't want to let shit go. No big or hot head. He ain't no pushover. So nigga, hey, we just making music, but if you want to get personal, nigga, what? Nigga, what you gonna do? Like, for real, like, yeah. Like, ain't shit sweet but Kool-Aid. So I respect Big for that. Like, nigga, I ain't no pushover gang. Like, hell nah.
I guess they ain't see him because, I'm a big dude. So I just played the wall and they walked by me. They ain't know who I was. And if they did, they ain't say nothing. Because Pac was getting an award at this time. I think he was the best rapper of the year or something like that for Soul Train or something. You understand? So now I let them walk on by. Puff is running. Now I see Puff go across the parking lot because I'm not jumping down in the back in the truck. I see him run across the parking lot. So as he runs across the parking lot, I just walk straight. I see him getting in the limousine. So me and my man Bond gets in the limousine because Big and them had left him. You know what I'm saying? Their team had left him. So he gets in the limousine with me and Puff. Puff was on the phone asking, yo, what happened? This, that, and that. What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? We was quiet. We go back to the mansion, the house he had rented.
Listen.
Puff, you know, me and Bun goes through the house, make sure wasn't nobody.
I'm going to end it off right here, bro. I just want y'all to listen to what he said, Puff said, gang. And look what happened, bro. And look what happened. Now, Suge back in jail because of what he did, but Suge did go back to jail. He did get locked up after all this stuff happened, bro. For real.
There, Puff's still in the car. He comes out and say, you good, bro. So he goes up, he starts going up the steps. Now I gets on the phone with Chaz Williams, who's over Black Hand. So I'm explaining the whole situation to Chaz about, you know, what just happened at Soul Train. And Chaz says, yeah. I said, yo, man, I told this nigga Puff, I got these dudes. And he took off running. And Puff was way upstairs, and I didn't even think he heard me. Puff said, yo, Gene, who you talking to? I said, Chaz, why? He said, why you telling him I ran? I ain't run. You should have just told him I took a left. I said, you took a left? He said, I started laughing. Chaz said, what'd he say? I said, yo, Chaz. He said, I should have told you just took a left. And then Chaz started laughing and everything like that. So then that's when Puff came down the stairs. And Puff's like, yo, Gene, I got like 127 employees. All these people depend on me for their livelihood. He said, if those white folks even think or knew that I had anything to do with any kind of gunplay, they're not going to fuck with me. They're not going to spend no money with me. I'm about making money, taking care of people, and helping people take care of their families. And I said, you right. I got you on that. You understand? He said, but I'm tired of living like this. And as he was going back up the steps, he said, but I'm tired of living my life like this. I'm tired of living my life like this. And he said this shit verbatim. He said, I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Big gotta die. He said, I don't give a fuck if Suge Knight gotta go to jail. I'm tired of living my life like this, and something gotta change.
What's up with it, Fifi?
Now, at the time, I didn't know that was some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy this dude was making. He said, I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Big gotta die. He said, I don't give a fuck if Suge Knight gotta go to jail. I'm tired of living my life like this, and something gotta change. Now, at the time, I didn't know that was some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy this dude was making. But what he said that particular day, all that shit came true and to life. And the shit is eerie and scary to me right now. But like I said before, I wasn't the only one that heard him say it. My man Bun heard him say the same thing. Because Bun was like, yo, wow. That nigga said big. I said, yeah. And on everything I love, that came out of his mouth. That nigga said big.
Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. But hey, I got to give my son his appointment tomorrow. So you know what I'm saying? I know for sure I'm going to try my best to come live before I go outside tomorrow. I'm going to give y'all live in the evening time because I know during that time I'm going to still be on the road for his appointment and everything. But I appreciate everybody who rocked out with me tonight, bro. You know what I'm saying? I come like this some nights, bro. Like I still do my little talk and what I do on Charleston White, Dewberry, the sitting ass. See, I ain't did no sitting ass content in a minute. Like I still do the Traveler Ross, the Poetic Flacco stuff. I still do all that, gang. You know what I'm saying? It just, this niche is so fast, bro. When I say this niche is so fast, bro, it's like you can talk about one thing, then the next 5 or 10 minutes later, it's something else new happening. Then it's something else new happening. Then it's something else new happening. It's like, god damn, like, what? Like, nigga, like, y'all ass need to chill. It's like every day something happen. You can't keep up with and blog on everything what you need to blog on because it's so much stuff happen. That's why you see a lot of people be trying to go live and talk about the situation. Like, yeah, I already talked about this, man. Fuck that. I'm going to let everybody talk about it. Then I'm going to come back along the way. Be like, yeah, we finna run this. Because I know I'm going to come with a different narrative than what somebody else talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. Hey, salute to everybody who up in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Realize Life TV, man. And I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow, gang. I appreciate that, bro. Salute to everybody who came up in the building. Salute to all the mods. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody, bro. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.